What's happening? Talk to me.
Boy, you know what's happening out here, man. You know there's white privilege out here, man. I don't know. I
Mm.
don't think you got the I don't think you got the memo earlier. Still, there's a video circulating that came out today.
Yeah.
Um, so basically, white privilege is really, really real. It's so real that white
Mm-hmm.
privilege they take it to the extreme, even in the most
What's that
dangerous of
noise? What's that
situations.
noise, man?
Now I'm flipping through my notepad stuff.
Yeah, that sounds crazy, bro.
Yeah, sir, bro.
Bro.
Notepad's heavy, man.
Mm. But yeah, like I was saying, even in the most extreme situations, white privilege seems to prevail. And the reason I say the most extreme situations is because the situation I'm speaking on at the moment is a gunshot situation where a white woman is bursting shots, yeah, shooting at people, shooting at police,
Mm.
yeah. But guess what? They apprehend her, yeah, safely. Make sure she isn't harmed in any way.
I was
She's
just
gonna
about
have
to
a
ask you
trial.
what the outcome of that was. So what
The
was her
outcome
purpose?
is
Yeah.
The outcome is they waited her out, waited for her to back down and give herself up. Then they arrested her. She's been given due process. She's going to have her day in court. She even got bail. It's a $1 million bail, but it's bail nonetheless. You see it? What do you think about that, Bia?
But I think that's messed up, man. There's people out there that's doing lesser charges at a lower rate, and they're not getting bail. And I'm not being funny. For some of them people in our culture, that's even flagged the imitation thing in the air. They're dead.
Do you understand?
Do you know what I
Like,
mean?
hold on. Watch this one. Who's
The
the
guy
guy
on the
that the
bridge.
boy then was kneeling on his neck? Was it Mike Brown? Not no, Mike Brown. Who was it
Who,
again? Who's the guy
who
when he was
Floyd?
kneeling on
Floyd?
his neck?
Floyd something.
Floyd. Yeah.
Mm.
Was Floyd armed? George Floyd, was he armed? No. Did he shoot
Not
at the
to my
police?
knowledge.
No. So
Nope.
what we have to understand is the police, when it comes to black people, they're full on aggressive. Yeah. They are fully on crud with black people. When it comes to white people, they are no such crud. In fact, they're scared of doing anything to white people because let's be honest, none of these white people, like their ancestors, their granddads, whoever, they were slave owners. They got millions, billions of
Mm.
pounds. Yeah. They're
Not all of
powerful
them, but yeah,
people.
not all of them. I know what you
But
mean, though.
the, when you say not all of them, let's be honest about this. A large number of them, probably
Hundred
around.
percent.
Do you feel? I'll be honest with you. I don't want to
Mm.
put a figure on it, but I'm gonna say it's probably the majority of them have that connection to their family. How do I know this? How can I say this for certain? Because you think, especially as West
Surnames.
Indian people, yeah, how many
Our
different
surnames,
surnames
bro.
have we got? Yeah, and how many
Mm-hmm.
different ones are there? There's so many. Yeah, that's how much slave owners there was. That's how much people was making money out of us. Yeah, and abusing
Yeah.
us. Yeah.
Mm.
Now, although some of the white people might say, "Do you know what? Um, you know what? I've never had a slave. I never did this. It was my ancestors. You still
Yeah.
benefited. You still didn't give the money back. You still don't oppose the police force that is overly aggressive to black people. Wants to stop
You
search
know
us
what
every
is
minute. I'll
the
give you
reason
an
they don't do
example.
that
Watch
one
this.
there? Go on. They don't. The
Mm,
reason why I sorry to cut you, but they don't do that because it's not affecting them yet.
that's
But you
right. And they
see,
want
when
to
it's
keep their
in
white privilege.
of course. But then
See it?
we do have we do have our privileges though. We can get away with a
In what
lot
sense?
just by using the black card.
I'll tell you what. Do you know what?
Go on.
I'm not going to say I totally disagree, but I'm going to give you an example of how this doesn't work. Yeah. Driving on my way home from going to see my kids. Bam.
Yeah.
I get into my area. It's a predominantly white area. Fair enough. All right,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
There's a police car parked up on a crossroads. Yeah. A car drives past them. A white man's in the car. Everything's cool. No one ain't doing nothing. I
Mm-hmm.
drive past them side on. It's not like you can see my number plate because I've gone across a crossroads. You was going the other way on the crossroads. I drive past them on the crossroads, cutting across the road to go into the road opposite me. Yeah, bam. They're parked up. They can't see my number plate, so you can't say you saw my number plate and you know what, it flagged up. Do you
Yeah.
understand? All you can see is a black man at the window driving past you. They
Mm-hmm.
come flying down the road after me. So I say to the police officer, do you know what? I stopped the car myself. I just pulled over in a safe place and waited for them to arrive. When they've arrived, they put on their sirens. And they're like, do you know why I pulled you over? I said, hold on, you didn't pull me over. I'm
You
already
didn't pull you over.
pulled
You pulled
over.
yourself
I
over
knew,
because you
all
knew what
right,
was about to happen.
I
That's
knew
right.
what you was going to do, innit? And I know you lot are racist. Simple, innit? What is your problem? What do you want? Yeah?
What happened?
The man says to me, we're doing a routine check because it's late. That's why we stopped you, because you're out late. Hold on. A car just drove past you with the white man in it. Why you never stop him because it's late?
Racially profiling you, bro.
Thank you.
What did they ask you? Did they ask you anything? Did they
Brethren,
assume a search? Because you know they can't.
brethren,
But
listen, this is what they did.
big up OSG as well. Don't know.
They tried to say to me, am I insured? I looked at the guy and said, is that a serious question? Because you know all insurance comes up on the system. I said, furthermore, I'll tell you what, I've pulled out my certificate on my phone. I said, there's my insurance. What else do you want? Next thing, the guy called up a traffic officer, a load of other officers to come to the scene. They checked every orifice of my car, every mirror, every wheel, every last thing. They was not leaving until they could find something to put me in problem.
They wanted a reason.
Yeah. So what's what I did?
So,
I let them do their job and I filmed them and I just let them know, listen, if you're stopping me because it's late and you're doing a routine check, what is the necessity for all of these other checks you're doing? I.e. calling a traffic officer, well, you know, it's just routine. No, it's not routine, is what I told them. Yeah. Then they said to me, the traffic officer woman says to me, one of your tires is defective. I'm saying to her, it's not defective. It's late. How are you even able to do this job in the middle of the night and tell me my tire is defective? Are you sure it's not you that's defective? So what's what she does? She says, well, because your tire is defective, it's routine now that we have to give you a breathalyzer test and we have to give you a swab test. So
see, they wanted any reason, bro.
All right, so watch this. I said to her, hold on, that's not routine. That is down to the officer's discretion. So if you want to rephrase yourself and not be lying to the camera and lying to the public, can you please inform me that you're doing this because you want to, not because it's something you have to do? No, it's something I have to do. I got them recorded. In fact, they got body cams, so they're recorded. So, you know, the next day I went straight to the police station and requested the body cam information, requested everything. I went to the tire shop. I made them write up something saying that the tire was safe. I went to a garage, made them do the same. So I've got evidence
fit for road purpose.
You see it? But ultimately, you know, we know the boy them are racist, isn't it? Like, and there's no way they was letting me go without trying something.
But why do you think it is though? Because is it just because you're black, or is it because of your? Because I know you the car you say you got, and is it because of your car? Is it because it's you and the car? Because think if it was say it was a co-worker, a black co-worker that didn't fit the description of anything, you think he'll get the same problem over there, or a mixed race guy? Hello.
Yeah, sorry about that. My phone rang. But yeah, the point I'm making is this, you know.
Do you think it would be different if there was a different black person in the car?
I think that it wouldn't be no different, bro. Because at the end of the day, like I said, you're stopping me because it's late. Guess what I did? I called up 101 when they stopped me and told me they're stopping me because it's late. I said, 101, I've just been stopped by your officers. They told me they stopped me because it's late. Do you know what 101 said to me? They said, no one's not stopping you because it's late. They've stopped you for a reason. There must be a reason.
They want a reason because
all
see,
right.
when they asked you for your insurance, that means they haven't even ran your plate yet.
All right. So watch this now, bro. The man's come to my car. He's telling me about keep my light on and keep the window open so we can see what I'm doing. I said to the man, I tell you what, I jumped out of the car. I said, I tell you what, you jump in the car. If you want to search whatever you want to do, I said, furthermore, I tell you what, you lot arrest me, innit? Because I ain't doing no fucking test. You know, like that. You lot arrest me. I ain't doing fuck all. I'm not doing anything you ask me to do. Arrest me. Oh, no. We're not going to arrest you. We're not just going to arrest you. Look, can you just please do the swab? Rare. I said, you know what? I'm going to do your swab, but I'm definitely reporting you. I put both of all of their badge numbers, and I've now reported
you got to do what you got to do.
You
and you know, that's the wickedest. That's the reason why I hate police. Because you see, when they're supposed to be doing their job, they're not doing it. But they like to just bother people in their everyday. Like you said, you just dropped off your utes and that. You're about to go and pass you, go back to your own yard and chill out and vibes, and they want to ruin your little time. But people, what I say when it comes to police, for starting, one main thing, don't aggravate the situation if it don't need to be aggravated.
No.
Because we have our own rights, yeah, and not all of us know our rights. To even some of us don't even know our rights to go back to back with an officer.
Mm.
The officer will put you in your place and make you feel like now you're under arrest. You have to stay there. You must have gone.
No, that's big facts. BR1 said, your people them hit the like button. I got no likes there, and there's 9 people in the room. Hit the like button to get people in the room.
That shit
to
down,
join these
people.
lot.
Yeah, but that's
Hey,
how
did
they
you
get
not see that? Hey, shit, did you see that footage the other day of the policeman in America beating up this guy behind his car?
No, I didn't see that. My wife in there.
Oh my, look, bro, I don't know why no one ain't talking about this on the internet, but there's one situation. I don't exactly know where it is because it's one of them ones where the footage was put up on that Instagram page I watched called Strictly Badness, and it shows you like all different type of madness going on. And there was 3 officers basically beating the living hell out of this guy on the floor. They was stomping him out. They was picking up his head, mashing it into the floor, punching him, elbowing him, everything. Mad.
What was the reason behind that?
No, I didn't even show the reason. All we can see is this the guy. But there couldn't have been that much of a good reason because he was handcuffed already. So
I'm assuming this is a black guy. I'm assuming it was a black guy.
Of course.
Yeah, look like a black
hear
guy
the joke.
from where I was sitting.
Hear the joke. The black guy probably done no damage or no harm to anybody. Yeah, I'm not gonna say definitely because I wasn't there and I don't know the full story. But I can tell you definitely this white woman done damage to people. She fired shots. She hit people. I think she even hit the officer. But they want to apprehend her gently.
Yeah, that's what they do with them, man. It's crazy the way they apprehend, Caucasian people very subtly. Even like the guy that run up in the spot and hurt them innocent kids, innit? In the mass shooting, they quietly escorted him out. Like,
the thing is though, why? Like,
you know what?
that's
actually an answer that we could answer, but at the same time, that's a question that you have to ask them personally. Like,
yeah, but ultimately, either way, it's preservation of life. Now, why is a white life worth more than a black one? Why is a white woman's life who's firing shots at people worth more than George Floyd's? Worth more
if
than
you remember
Mike
correctly,
Brown's?
when that George Floyd situation came out, I put out a compilation video of. I didn't get it was before the George Floyd. It's like a year before it. I put out a compilation video of police touching dealing with black people wrong. And if you remember the first clip that I put out, it was you remember the clip when the woman was petrified, the white woman was petrified she's gonna get arrested, and she was saying, "Oh, don't kill me," to the officer, and the officer said, "Oh, we only kill black people." Remember that?
I've seen that clip, yeah.
I remember that.
So it's like, what range of people are carrying that? You know what I'm trying to say? Where do they discuss these things? You know what I'm saying? Like what type of meeting do they hold to discuss this?
I think it's individuality, you know. I think they bring that into the force. Obviously, them, the police force, obviously probably tell them target the black people. They're the ones that's doing the shit. Because if you look in a lot of areas, predominantly in some of the hoods and that, it is black youth causing death threes. They're the ones chefing man up, stabbing man up, shooting man up, drug rape, the this, that, the other.
Yeah, but
don't get me wrong, white guys are doing the same thing, but in some cases,
what you're saying there, because
you're giving them a reason, bro.
Listen, you see that there. I'm going to tell you why that's miseducation. Yeah.
Go on.
You see this whole gangster thing. I'm going to be honest with you, bro. Like, there's a part of me that says we're supposed to be gangster. We just ain't supposed to be gangster against each other. We supposed to be clan. We supposed 100%. To be clan. Let me show you something. We as black people, what we're supposed to be doing. Like when they talk about when they're calling us yardies and saying, "Oh, these yardies are out of control." Do you know what? Yep. They're supposed to be the ones in fear. We're not supposed to be in fear of our own people. That's what do they call it? Unsynchronized. Yeah.
You see, that's what my grandparents taught me. My grandparents taught me that this generation of youth or young youths having kids themselves, they're not teaching their youths. They're teaching their youths pretty much whatever, letting their youths just be who they want to be. Take social media.
That's right.
That will grow you up.
Right.
So when I grew up I was more taught, stay with your own type. It weren't a racial frowned upon, but it was if someone brought someone white into the family.
But
You
you
feel
see
me?
from we know, you
But
see from when we know that the police ain't treating us a certain way and ain't dealing with us
yeah,
right. Like we've heard about this in America where police have gone into certain areas. They can't get in there. Man, a garrison the area. That's what we're supposed to do. You can't come into our area. But what we do, we like to mix up, and blend up and friend up with people. And we ain't supposed to be so friendly. Because how can you be so friendly with people who are clearly your enemy? They are taught from birth to be your enemy. They're taught from birth that
nah, I
black is
don't know
less than
about
them.
that. I don't know.
Bros, listen,
Not in
listen.
every family. I can't say not in every household is that. Go
Listen.
on.
Forget about the household. What is the school teaching them? What is the law teaching them? What is the government teaching them? I'll tell you what they're teaching them. They're
Go on.
teaching them that, you know what? What's it called? The one drop rule. Yeah. If you've got anything black in you, you're black. That's why mixed race is identified as IC3. Yeah. You have to mix 3 times back into white before you can even be considered white. Do you understand? So what they're doing is they're creating a status with whiteness. That's what they're doing. And then they're saying that realistically, you know, we're not, we'll never be fully accepted. We'll never be treated fairly until we fight for it. That's what they're teaching us. They're teaching us really that we have to fight them down. Like,
Nah,
you know,
I
have you
think
ever
you
seen
might be
that
taking it
program?
wrong though. Nah, I don't
Broski,
think they're
listen,
teaching us that. Which one?
listen, let me show you something. Let me show you something, yeah?
What program?
You see, have you ever seen that program Vikings?
A piece of it, but no.
That's what we're dealing with. When you're dealing with, you see these white people we're dealing with, especially in England, that's what you're dealing with. They're
Nah,
gonna
but it's the
play
way
nicey nicey in
you
your
know the thing
face.
is, but it's the way you say it though. You say them white people, so that means obviously you have it. I don't even have an issue with white people to tell the truth, you know.
No, I
Like,
definitely listen. I definitely don't have an issue with the average white person. I don't have an issue. I have an issue with the fact that your system, yeah, is racist. Yeah, I
yeah,
have an issue with the fact that your institutions are
yeah,
racist, and
yeah.
you average everyday white people do nothing about it. So you're complicit. So
No,
as
but
far
then
as I'm
that's
concerned,
where
I
you
said,
got it wrong
hear,
though. You can't put
hear
them
me out
all
one
in the
second.
same box. You can't put
Hear
them
me
all
out
in
one
the same
second.
box. Go on.
I'm gonna put them all in the same box right now, and you're not gonna be able to take them out after what I say. Hear me out on this, yeah?
All right,
Now
go
I
on then.
want you, I want you, if you feel that I'm wrong, to please explain why. Yeah. You see, if a white person has a child with a black person, Indian, or anything that's not white, yeah, they call that child mixed race, but they'll never
Yeah, yeah.
accept that child as white. Yeah.
Mm.
So that means that child will never be fully accepted in that household, in the white side of that household. But if a black person has a child that people are calling mixed race, that child can identify as black. It can identify fully with whatever heritage it comes from.
Yeah,
So
and
you
they can
explain to
all
me now
mixed
why
kids can
that.
identify as white.
No, they can't.
They can, you know.
No, they can't. The white family won't allow them to.
No, but that's the thing. I don't know what era you're living in, but like I said, you can't put all white people in the same box because you see the thing is, it's like putting all blacks in the same box. That's why we're judged like that. We need to start breaking that cycle of thinking that way, bro.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You can put all white people in the same box because I guarantee you find me a white person that accepts their mixed race child as being fully white, and then I'll take it back. But if you can't
No,
find
but
one, then you're
they're
gonna
not
have to
though.
accept it. Now,
But then they're not though.
this is the no. But I'm setting down the gauntlet. I'm laying the gauntlet down for you. You find one white person that fully accepts that their so-called mixed race child is 100% exactly the same as them, and if that child wants to call himself white, it's cool. You find me
Yeah,
one. And then do you
bro.
know
I
what?
could find. You know, I can check
I'll
this then. Yeah,
accept that
I
not
could
with
find
hold
a
on one
few.
second,
I could show you a
one
few
second,
because
one
go on.
second, one
I've had
second.
this
I
conversation
will
loads of times.
listen, I will then accept that not
Go on.
all. I'll accept that maybe there's one or two. But broski, let
Nah,
me show you
bro.
something. I
There's
know
loads,
listen,
man.
listen, I'm not
There's
getting this from
loads.
me. I'm not getting this from me. I'm getting this from white people. White people who I know with mixed race children. I've said to them, would you accept that child as white? No, he's not white. He's mixed race. So how come
Yeah,
he
but
can be
then
accepted as black?
you tell me that because when they grow up, they identify themselves as black, and through the
No,
system, they're identified as black as well.
that's right. There you go. So we don't have to go to when they grow up. What we have to go to is if that child, say that child gets arrested one day, yeah,
Yeah.
When he hears the police identify him on their radio, they're going to say we've stopped an IC3. They're not going to say we stopped an IC1. They're
Not in
never
all
going to say
cases.
that.
All mixed race people, yeah, are different shades and different colors. It's like black people. You get
When
some
you
that's
say mixed
very dark
race,
black. Yeah.
when you say mixed race, are you talking about
Go on.
quarter caste as well, or like 1/5? Because if you're
No,
talking
I'm
about the
talking about the same.
1/5,
Bro,
if you're talking
let
about
me tell you, son. Yeah.
if you're talking about mixed race will always look black, more black than
Not
white,
not all the time, bro.
100% all the time.
No, but if you've not been mixed into that, yeah, or been around that, you don't really can't put facts on it. So my older daughter now, she's of a lighter complexion, yeah, same as my younger one, but I'm black, and their mum's white. So when you say that, yeah, I think that's just, I think personally it's a load of rubbish, isn't it? Like, I'll be
All
honest
right,
with
so
you,
your daughter,
because
hold on, your daughter
go
can
on.
go to school. Your daughter could go
hmm
to school and say, "I'm a white girl," and be accepted as a white girl.
Listen, we're in a different age of schooling. You can go to school as
I'm
a
just
boy.
asking you.
No, but hear me out before I answer it. You can go to school as a boy and say you're a girl. Yeah,
Exactly.
you can go to school and you'll still be accepted. Yeah, because
That
there's certain mixed girls that I know that's been around and that, and they identify themselves on the white side because of their complexion, and to tell the truth, that's what they want to accept, and their parents have accepted it, bro. So when you put white people
Can
into
you get one?
categories like
Can
that,
you get one of them to confirm that? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, BR. I'm not
you know
calling you a
I would
liar,
actually,
but I
I'm
don't
not
believe
lying,
that for
bro.
1 second. I'll be honest,
Bro,
I don't believe that for one
I'm
second.
being honest, yeah. I am actually being honest. I ain't got time to lie about things like that.
So you're telling,
Yeah,
hold on 1 second, 1 second, 1 second.
go
You're
on.
telling me the mum accepts her as white, yeah? Does the rest of the
The
family?
mum's no, the mum's told her what she is. Yeah,
All right,
but
so the
if
mum
that's what
don't
her
accept her as
daughter,
white then.
no, because that's the difference. Yeah, if a kid comes at you at something like that, you're gonna have to just tell them the facts. This is what you are. Yeah, but if the kid wants to identify as white, yeah, what parent's gonna turn their back on the kid?
I never said they're gonna turn their back on the kid. I said,
Accept it.
is that child going to be accepted
Of
as
course it will,
white?
man. Come on
But no,
now,
one
man.
second. No.
Not
Hear
in
the question.
public, might be by the
No, hear
parent.
the
Go on.
question. Hear the
Go on.
question. By the family, not the parent. The parent ain't good enough. One person in the family ain't good enough. Yeah,
Well,
I'm
in
saying
my
the
family, yeah,
family.
you see the thing is, if that happened in my family has to accept it regardless, because it's me, yeah. And if it happened in your family, maybe your people won't accept it. But the way I say it is, putting people in these boxes and all that stuff. Black people's been living that stuff all their life, bruv. Yeah, we've been living that all our life. That's why we have the problems with the police. They put us in a
Read,
box.
read Aisha Rafe's comment. Being mixed myself, we are always classified as colored, never white. So
Yeah,
from a
but
mixed race person's perspective,
but that's from
yeah,
them.
I'm not mixed.
Yeah,
I'm not mixed in it. So I'm not going to
bro.
speak for them. This is what I do. I allow them to speak themselves. So imagine I already had this conversation with the white people. I had a big argument with them, yeah, till it got to a point where people
Bro,
are
I've had the
upset with
same
me. Even,
conversation. That's why I
even,
told you
hold
that,
on,
bro. Nah,
even
bro,
certain
you
of,
hold on though,
even
because I don't
certain
have
of
to
the,
hold on though. Because
go
when
on.
you're saying it like that, you can't keep. It doesn't matter. I don't care if there's a mixed race person there saying that's what they identify. That's them. That's an individual. Yeah. If there's a person mixed and they're on a lighter complexion and that's how they identify themselves, that's how they get their jobs. Like, why do you think some of the lighter complexion of people get the jobs over the darker ones? It's the same thing.
All right. Now you see what you're
You're
saying,
almost getting
identifying.
you're almost
You
getting
see what you're saying.
identified now as
You
a
see
white
what you're saying,
person, bro. Go on.
identifying. You see when you say identifying, you're making it personal. If the person themselves, if the mixed race person themselves
Mm.
is identifying as white, that's not the question. The question is, will the extended white family accept them as white? That's the question, BR.
Okay, then, and I'll probably say in a lot of households, yeah, I'll say yeah, because if in a lot of households, if you can
Panero,
accept
I
your,
want to ask
it,
Panero. I want to ask Panero because I've got your answer and I'm accepting your answer. Panero, in your
bruv, it's not every
experience,
white person I'm talking about. I'm just talking about, like, you know what I mean. But
you just said no, but listen, you said that you think
yeah,
the
go on.
white people would accept a mixed race child as white in that family. That's what you've said. So I'm going to accept your answer.
Think of how accept it as how you want to accept it, bro. But think of how many grandparents out there that's white and have mixed children. They're accepting them into their family. They ain't seen the color of it. Yeah, but even if
My
it
son
comes
has
to a
got a
color
white
thing,
grandmother. My son's got a white grandmother. She don't accept him as white.
yeah, but that's her though.
I don't know one white grandmother that accepts their mixed race grandchild as white. Never
If
met
they
one.
want to,
But you have,
yeah,
obviously.
well, I have.
Penero,
Yeah,
what
no, but
about
I
you?
have.
What about you,
But
Penero? Have you ever
the way you're saying
experienced
that,
that?
you're saying it like I don't know what I'm talking about or something like that. Like if
No,
that's
I'm
what I'm
saying
telling
it
you,
like
it's
I'm in
facts, innit?
shock. I'm in shock. I'll
No,
be
no,
honest.
but I'm
I'm
telling you
saying it
because
like
it's
I'm in
facts, bro.
shock. But I'm not saying it like like you're being dishonest. I'm saying it like I'm in shock that there's a white person out there that is actually, you know, quite humble, you know, in the sense that they can accept their mixed race child or their mixed race family as being white. I've never ever
It's
seen
the
this in my
same.
life,
It's
which
the
is why I'm
same,
asking Pinero
bro.
the same question.
Yo, what's up?
Pinero,
Yeah,
have you ever heard of this in your life? A white family accepting a mixed race child as white. Have you ever heard of that in your life?
So accepting it as white. But I don't know how to answer
Yep.
that, bro. Because how can you, a white family, accepting a mixed race child? How can you accept something that's not white, bro? Fully, I don't understand that, bro.
Well, how come a black household
Do
can
you mean?
accept a mixed
When you
race
say
child as
that? Do
black?
you mean
so pretty much
break
what
that
he's
down? What
saying,
you mean
if
when you
there's,
say
he
that? Break
means if
it
there's
down.
a mixed race person and they have obviously their white side of the family, will that family accept them as white if that child decides to classify themselves as white?
All right, I'm gonna talk from two mixed race people that I know. Yeah, right. That I grew up with. Um, I got a mixed race. I'm not gonna say his name. I know you said his name. But basically they both got called niggers by their mothers.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't
They'll
really
never
know.
classify. Yeah.
Yeah, they got called niggers, and they told me that their parents actually confused the hell out of them when they were growing up.
Mm.
So that's the two mixed race people that I'm close to when I was younger. That's what they told me. So I don't really know what goes on in that household because I'm not from that household. So
That's what I'm trying to tell
Every mixed
Shifra.
race person I know,
Every household is
every
different.
single mixed race person I
hey, one
know,
at a
yeah,
time, though,
every
guys, man.
single
Come
one.
on, man.
Yeah, sorry about that, bro. You go first, I'll go first.
Yeah, no,
No,
no. I
go
want
on,
you
go
to
on.
break it down, Shifa. Break it down to what you mean, though. Like, because I wouldn't have an overstanding of that.
All right. So this is what I'm saying to you, yeah. I know many black people who have what we would classify a mixed race child. When that child is growing up, if that child asks, "Am I black?" the parent will tell them, "Yeah, you are black."
Yeah,
If
black
that
parents will
child
say
says,
that. Yeah.
"All right," if that child said, "Am I full black?" they will still be accepted as full black in most black
Yes, they would.
households.
Yes, in a
Yeah.
black
If
household.
that
Yeah.
child, all right, if you're Jamaican, Nigerian, whatever nationality, if they say, "Mom, am I a full Jamaican?" they're gonna say, "Yes, you're a full." Just like Bob Marley. Was Bob Marley a full Jamaican? Yes, he was. That's what he was accepted as. I don't see that coming from the white side. I don't see white people accepting their mixed race child as fully English and
Well,
as
I have, bro,
fully the
and I've
same
tried
as
to I
me,
tried to
fully white.
explain this to you several
No,
times,
we're not
bro. I
disagreeing.
have.
I'm not disagreeing that though. I'm not disagreeing that. I'm just let me make my point, innit? I've never seen it, innit? BR has seen it, and that's why I'm in
Mm,
shock right now because it's
mm.
Nah, but you
unheard of
don't need
where
to
I
be in
come from.
shock because if a kid's mixture, you can't take the white side out of them, and you can't take the black side out of them.
That's what I would say. That's true. You can't. It is
That's what
what
I'm
it is.
trying.
It just
That's
depends
right.
on the actual person of what they're.
That's right.
I
That's what
think
I'm
it just
trying to tell
depends on
my
the.
man.
Hold on, guys, man. Chill out, bro. I think it depends, yeah, on the actual family of how they're moving. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
How the actual family, you know, what they want to stick to. Because then you got some white people out there that cling to our side. You know what I'm
Yeah,
trying to say? So I think it
they
just
bring on
depends.
the culture.
Yeah, because my brethren that's light skinned, he said that his mum was kind of racist when he was young.
You see it, but you see the problem is P. Yeah.
Mm.
Like listen, I'm not trying to doubt what BR is saying to me, yeah. But you see when it's coming from you see when BR is telling me that a white person is accepting a mixed race child who the law calls black as white, I need to hear it from that person to really believe it. You
Yeah,
know,
but why
like
No,
can't
that.
you
And I'm not
believe it?
even
Why
being
can't you
funny
believe it
about this.
coming from BR though?
But
Why
I've
can't you believe it coming
never
from
heard
BR?
that's what I'm trying to
this in
say,
my life.
bro.
But you're
Then that
talking from
means
experience, so
you
everyone's
haven't been
got a
Because
around
I
different
see the
people like
thing is,
that.
experience.
you see the
Because you
thing
see
is
what
though,
he's
bro,
trying
yeah,
to do,
because
yeah.
I've never
He's trying
seen
to
it,
put it as
because I've never
go on.
seen it. No, do you know what it is? Because I've never seen it, I'd have to see it to believe it. I can't just
Yeah,
hear it. It's not good
but I've
enough for
never
me.
seen God before, but I know He exists, fam. So what I'm saying is, sometimes we can't just go off of our own personal experience and say that's the end in all shit. That's what I'm trying to say. That's the whole point of all of us being on the panel because we've all got different experience.
Yeah, you can't strip the white
100%. But
out.
I've
You
never.
can't strip
The
the
thing is
white
though,
out of a mixed race kid.
All right, listen to what I'm going to say to you. BR, if you are the only person, every other comment I've read so far, and every other person, including me and Pinero on the panel, yeah, has never had this experience. They've never experienced a white person accept a mixed race child as white. You're the only person who's heard this, bro. I've never, no one else.
Yeah.
Like, so where are we going with this?
I've
We need
seen
to
it.
hear it.
I've seen
We
it
need,
and heard
bro,
it.
but we need, we need to hear this for ourselves from the horse's mouth to really believe it.
No,
Like
but
that
you
to
see
really.
when you go,
Oh
you
no,
see
no,
when it
not to
goes to
believe it.
that
No,
now.
sorry. One second.
No, but when it goes to that now.
Let me finish.
No,
Let me finish.
no, you wait
1
1
second,
second,
bro.
bro. I'm
Relax,
talking, fam.
relax. Just relax. I won't finish.
No,
I was
but you're
talking
saying from
first.
the
Let me
horse. That's
finish.
going.
Let
That's
me
going
finish.
in,
Let me
bro.
finish. Let me
Say what
finish,
you got to
bro.
say, innit?
Please. All right, let me finish, bro. I'm going to finish my sentence and you can go, bro. Listen, it's not that we don't believe you, but for me to know it's true, I'd have to hear it from the horse's mouth. But I do believe you, just to clarify that.
So everything you hear, you believe then? Like, so
I can
everything you
believe anything
believe
that
in,
don't
because
make it true. Listen, I could believe anything that don't make it true.
well, you talk a lot of things. So everything you talk about is true because you talk about it.
No, it's because everyone else is saying the same thing and why it's true.
Yeah, but that's a minority of people. It doesn't. Who's everyone?
The
This planet
government,
has a lot of people.
the government, society, everyone on the panel. Who else can we
Nah.
like? The whole world, guys. The whole world. Like, come on, man. What are we doing here?
Oh, flipping out. Bobby, look, end of the day, yeah, it's still down to what we said before. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't seen that. I ain't seen it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm not in everyone's household, so I can't even really give a total estimate of what it really is. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the same time, I get both your points, man.
No, but it's the same if you got a kid that's Nigerian and African. Yeah, I'm not Nigerian, African, Nigerian and Jamaican. So
Yeah.
what is the kid? Is the kid Jamaican or is it African?
It's
African.
both.
Both, innit?
It depends.
Yeah,
It
African
depends
is
what. It
Jamaican.
depends what household's running though.
But
This
African
is
is
what I'm trying to
Jamaican.
tell you. It depends on how the household get down too.
That's what I'm trying to tell my man. It depends on the household because there's mums out there that bring their kid up in the white way. I'm not even saying in the white way, or in that way. And then there's obviously mixed. There's white parents that bring their kids up with the culture.
Yeah, because they got a certain love for the culture.
Like,
yeah.
if you head countryside, yeah, some of them mixed kids they're not nothing like the mixed race kids down here. They're completely different youths, man.
Okay.
And some of them, not all, yeah, but some of them don't see it as that because their dad has never been around. He was around during the beating time and then dip out.
Yeah, but that's why that child should be allowed to identify as white because that's what they know. What else do they know? They don't know no black people. They don't know no blackness. They ain't been to no black country.
And that's what I've been trying to. That's what I've been trying to explain to you, bro. Yeah, every household's different. If you've got a kid and one of his parents is white and the other one's Asian, so that kid can't be accepted in the into their family household.
No,
It's the same thing. It doesn't matter even if it's black or.
The Asians would
No.
accept them, trust me.
So why can't white people accept it then?
This is my question. But you said they can, and I'm a bit confused by
Yeah.
that.
No, that's why I'm asking you. Why can't they accept it? Because if I've seen a few people just accept it for what it is, not everyone sees everything as color all the time.
I've never heard one white person accept a mixed race child as white. Never heard of it in my life. This is the first I'm hearing of it. It's unheard of to me, I'll be honest. But obviously, you're telling me it now. I believe you. But for me to know it, I'd have to see it. I can only believe at this point. But really and truthfully, like you see, for instance, Peniros said this. He said, you know what? You've never met God, but you believe in the Most High. Now, the thing is, although I've never met the Most High, I know the Most High's power and I know the effects it's had on my life. So, belief isn't just about believing. There is a point where you know things as well. But there is a point to belief. You have to believe in something before you could, like, for instance, you have to believe that you could pass the test before you took it. Otherwise, or not pass the test, but you have to believe you could do something you'd never done before for you to make the attempt. You have to believe in yourself. Do you feel where I'm coming from?
100%,
so there is a point
100%.
to believe. There's a point to it, but it's just not used in that way. I prefer in this situation to know and to hear from the horse's mouth and hear them say. And if I don't hear no one, if I never hear a white person say that, how could I believe it? How could I know it? Sorry, not believe it. How could I know it?
Well, you just said you ain't seen God or heard from God, but you feel His spirit. That could just be your own strength doing that, bro.
No, that was a wrong example I used earlier, man. There's a lot of things you can see that God created. So I hear what you're saying, Chief. That was a bit of a wrong example that was used.
You get me though? Because we can see the effects, we can see these things in living color. You know, it's like when you pray and you know your prayers are answered, you know that happened, innit? Like you don't have to guess no more. But with this one, it's like, don't get me wrong, I'm not guessing because I believe what BR said, but I'd still like to hear it from a person, from one of the people themselves. We need to know it and to say, then
Yeah,
I
but
can certify
that's when you're digging into people's homes.
That's right, and that's what we need to do. Because
No,
otherwise,
it's
we
not.
never
It's
gonna get
not. Not
caught up
every
with
home.
message.
Not every home wants their something put out there like that.
That's
You know
cool,
what I mean?
but they could. That's cool, but they could not advertise their home and just like everyone else. My name's Schiffer, like that. Your name's BR Reality. You don't have to put your real name up here, but
No,
you
of
could show
course.
us that you are who you are, and you could tell us your version. I'd be happy to listen. Something like that.
No, I don't know, bro.
I don't know, man. I'm struggling to kind of get my point across, I think, with you in the sense of, like I'm saying, I'm not saying that you're wrong, just saying that I never ever heard of this. And the fact that it's such a you're the only person who's ever seen this in the whole entire world, it
No,
makes
no, no, no.
the
See,
percentage.
it's when you say it like that, though, bro. It's like you're trying to disrespect the whole thing, bro.
No,
You
I'm
know what
just
I
saying,
mean? So
bro.
like, I don't know where this is
someone
going because you keep
someone
going
else
back to
help
the
me.
thing now. No, but it's not about someone to help you, bro. You're a man. You're the one that's saying this, bro.
No, but someone else
Like
could have
you
seen it too, and then they could confirm what they're saying, and then it would kind of, it would solidify your argument a bit more. But if everyone
nah,
else
bro,
is
but
against
that's
what
the
you're
thing,
saying,
yeah. That's
then
the
how can
difference,
that?
though, bro. I'm not arguing the matter. I'm not arguing the matter. I'm trying to explain something that I've seen for myself. So there ain't no who's arguing about something.
No, we're not arguing. I'm saying to you, if everybody else in the panel, if the whole government, the police, all of the institutions are in disagreement with you, then is there not a point
Bro,
that we need
how
to
is
hear from
hold
this
on a minute?
person?
How is everyone in disagreement of me, bro?
Well,
So
because
everyone in the panel must have this,
the institution
bro. We know
identifies
what
mixed
it
race people as
Hey,
identifies
IC3.
as.
listen. First of all,
Yeah,
yeah.
but we know what they identify as, bro.
First of
You
all, you're
keep
saying
going
this
back to the
ain't
same thing, fam.
competition. Oh, BR, 1 minute, bro. First of all, yeah, this ain't no competition channel, fam. That's the first thing, yeah. I know BR not to be an argumentative person. He never argued with anybody on his show before, shit. Yeah. So just have that in mind still, yeah.
Yeah, but I've
Right,
obviously
get your
upset him
points
because
across. Get your points across, man.
this
But
one's
be
hit a
calm.
nerve, isn't it? No, but hear the point. I'm not arguing with BR. He's arguing with me. I've hit a nerve because I've made a point that he disagrees with. So yes, he
Yeah,
is arguing with me at this point,
but the
and I
thing is,
respect his argument. I've never hit me out. I
yeah,
respect
but
his
the thing is,
argument because what he's
when people
presented.
start,
What
when
is that?
people start talking over each other and stuff like that, shit, it gets a bit left, innit? You know what I mean? What you say? But anyway, good points made at the end of the day. Everyone hit the like button.
Mm.
And there's nothing wrong with having a little one sometimes, you know. Because everyone
Come on
feels
now,
different. And that's the
it's
good
a
thing about
show.
this.
That's what it's. You know what I mean?
The good thing about this show is that everyone's got their own opinion, and that's what it's about. So Shiffy feels that he sees it one way, BR feels that he sees it another way. You know what I mean?
Well, yo, P, 1 second. Can I just clarify something on that point you made? This isn't my opinion. This is the general consensus. So what I did
Okay.
was I checked this one out. I said, hold on, how comes mixed race people are identified by the police and by society as IC3? How does that make sense? And if society is identifying them that way, then this isn't really my argument. Society has created this problem. Yeah, the actual government, the actual institutions have created this problem. And that's what I'm trying to highlight to BR. This isn't a personal thing. This isn't me
Go back.
just saying,
Go back. What do you mean IC3? What?
I mean, if you're mixed race and you get arrested by the police, yeah, and they radio you in, they're gonna say we've stopped the IC3. At most, at very least, they might think you're Asian and call you an IC2. There's no way they're ever calling you IC1.
Oh wow.
But you
It's
know the
not gonna
thing with
happen,
that
Kel.
though, yeah. I don't think none of them's marking it down as that because in the station, then again, you get questioned on your ethnicity. Yeah. And
Yeah, in the
for mixed
station,
race,
yeah.
for mixed race people, I know they don't. Not all of them go on there and say black. I'm black or
No, but I'm
black
not going by
Caribbean.
what
I'll
they
go.
said. I'm not
Go
going by
on.
what they said. I'm talking about what the police identify. I don't care what you see the person themselves, like you said, a man can identify as a woman. So at the end of the day, what the person, the individual themselves is identifying themselves as is not my issue. I don't care. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in how the institutions identify them, the governments, etc. Yeah, I'm interested in how the wider, broader sections of society, i.e., the black people, the white people, the Asian people, identify them. And what I found is that I've never had a conversation with an Asian person, a black person, a white person, or any person for that matter, that would identify a mixed race child as white. But I have had a conversation with, for instance, a Turkish person on another channel, a guy called Carnito, and he's Turkish. He said, you know what, if I had a child of a black woman, that child would be full Turkish and would be fully accepted by the Turkish community as fully Turkish. Now, I verified what he was saying, because guess what? My friend has a child with a Turkish woman. Yeah, 2 of my friends have children. In fact, yeah, 3 of my friends are children with Turkish women, and all of them are accepted by the Turkish family. And if they want to identify as Turkish, that's fine. If they want to identify as full Turkish, no problem. You know, like that. And same from the black side. But I've never heard this from white people. Now,
Maybe
we
you're
could
not
say, you know
around.
what?
Maybe you're not around enough white people. Maybe.
No, but we
I,
could
I was
say that
thinking that
Turkish
myself.
people are white
I'm
people.
thinking that myself.
We
No,
could
but you
argue that
when
Turkish
you
people
talk
are
on the
kind of white people.
population of white people, forget what the internet is
I know
saying, bruv.
you're definitely around more white people than me. I know that for sure.
Listen, I live around only white people, bro. That's the difference. Like, I'm around all white people. So imagine I'm having a
And that's the
conversation with.
question you're asking them.
No, but listen, I'm having a conversation. It wasn't a question that was being asked. We was having a conversation with a bunch of white people, and there was 3 mixed race people there who have white parents. And they got pissed off with me because I'm saying, listen, unfortunately, you will never be accepted as white. And that in itself is a form of racism. And they're like, they're upset because, well, how can you call my parent racist? I'm saying, well, if your parent could accept you as being 100% what they are, then there's no prejudice. But if you understand the word prejudice, then you have to understand that if they cannot accept you as 100% as what they are, the way the black family do, then there is definitely a prejudice. 100%. And is
Well,
racism based on
you need to
prejudice?
step into new homes and see different things, man.
Well, I'll be honest with you, bro. Like, I'm not just gonna walk into people's
Because
houses or just
if you're
start making friends
Turkish,
with
like
everyone.
yeah, but you're saying it like you know all these people. I'm talking of 2 people I know, and you're talking about everyone in the comment room. I don't know if you know them or not, but you know what I mean. Like, if your Turkish brethren can accept his kid as full Turkish and his family can accept it, who cares what the government thinks? Ain't we free people? Like, do you follow every law that's out there, or you create your own laws as you go along?
I get you, but as a black person, I don't speak for white people. This is what I do. I let the white people speak for themselves. So this is what I do. I go to the comments. I say, Linda MW. As a white
Yeah.
person, I'd find it very disrespectful to say to a mixed race person, he or she is white. If they wanted to say they're white, that's up to them. No one else should judge that. Yeah. Now,
So
that's one white
isn't that
person.
not saying this?
That's one
Yeah,
white
but that's
person.
saying the same
Hear me
thing
out.
though.
Hear me out.
No,
Hear me,
one
bro.
sec.
Bro,
One sec before I
oh
forget
my
this
God.
though.
You
One
cut
sec.
me though. You cut me. Go
No,
on.
sorry. But like she just said, she said she wouldn't call that kid white.
Bro, can
But
I?
that
But this is
kid,
what you see what you
here,
did
listen,
there.
it's written.
You see what you
Go
did
on.
there? I
Sorry,
was
bro.
doing my own explanation. Like, come on,
Go
man.
on.
I was
Go on.
agreeing with you. I'm saying there's a white person here who clearly, has the mentality that you're talking about. But what I'm trying to show you is it's not prevalent. It's not. It's not even. It's not even a large minority.
Doesn't need to be.
It
We're not
does
a
need to be.
we're not a larger minority because we're not all connected together. So we're in portions
No,
around the place.
now I'm talking about a
But
large minority of white people sharing that opinion. I'm not talking about a large
no, but that's
minority
the
of
thing.
people.
It doesn't need to be a large amount. As long as there's some people accepting their kid for who their kid is. Yeah. Just leave it as that.
I hear you, and obviously, like you said, you've seen this thing, you've
Hmm.
seen it. I'm agreeing that you've seen it. I believe you. So there's no need to argue it no more. The point I'm making is that that is not the wider view of society. If you can prove to me it is the wider view of society, that just there's no
No, no,
point in me
I'm
even
not trying to
proceed.
prove
There's
that.
no, but I'm saying if it is the wider view of society, then those one and two cases they are insignificant. Is my point. Where I'm coming
That
from.
makes sense. Yeah, I
So
hear you.
to that effect, that I would say 99.9% of white people are still racist then, because that 0.1% don't do nothing. It don't change anything. You know what I'm trying to say? Those kids, like I said, a mixed race child goes to school, yeah, and they're very, very fair skinned. Do you know what? I heard this from a white woman earlier. She said she sent her children to school, yeah, and these children look very white. They don't look very dark. They're very, very pale. Yeah, so they've identified themselves as white from babies. When they go to school, the rest of the children start telling them, "No, you're not white. You're this. You're that. You're a
So I
N
thought
word."
you just
All
said
sorts
you've
of
never
things.
heard this before, and now you're saying you heard
Well,
it. You
no,
said
I'm
you never
saying
heard
this is what I'm saying. The child identifies as white. The mum didn't identify the child as white. It
No,
was
but
the parent.
that's the whole thing
I'm
I've been
saying
trying to say. The child does,
now
but the
hear me
mum
out.
followed. Yeah, go on.
I'm saying, yeah, that a mixed race person who has only been around white people and
Yeah.
has very fair skin, more than likely would be identifying themselves as white to begin with. Yeah, because
Mm,
that's all they know. They don't know no
yeah.
blackness. They don't know what
They know
black is like that.
just their mum.
Do
They
you
love their
understand?
mum, sort of thing. Yeah, yeah, I know what you
Thank
mean.
you. Or their daddy, whoever's white, in it. Now, what I'm
Mm,
saying is, once they get out into society, into the wider community is going to destroy that outset, that outlook for them, as
yeah,
well
I
as
know
the
that
wider.
already. I've
You,
dealt with that
nine
already.
times out of ten, nine times out of ten, the wider family as well is also going to say, no, you're not one. You're not one of us. You're not fully British. You're not fully. That's what they're going to say. But if you
Of
send that
course.
child into the black side of the family, and you send it, like, for instance, a Jamaican child is mixed race, like Bob Marley. Did anyone tell Bob Marley he wasn't fully Jamaican or he wasn't fully black? No. Where
Do
I'm
you
coming
think
from.
I know it's switching topic, yeah, but do you think it's acceptable for a mixed race person to say nigger? I mean the N-word.
Well, if they're identified as black, then no.
Say that again.
At the end of the day, if they are one, then why would it be a problem?
So what about Puerto Rican and Colombian people? Is it cool for them to say?
Well, technically, I would
You
say
know,
that if
the
you're hold
rap.
on
You
one
know,
second.
the rappers
If you
bit.
Let me explain something to you.
Go on.
Depending on your admixture, and as we know, a lot of South American countries are very mixed, and a lot of them have a lot of Negro genes in their DNA. So to a certain extent, they probably are viewed as and see themselves as. Whereas you've got another side of it, like for instance, my partner is Colombian, but she's
Hmm.
white Colombian. Do you understand? That's the more Spanish side. Now, if we get into the grandparents, the great grandparents, it's gonna get a bit darker. Yeah. So those ones
Mm.
there, we might be able to say, do you know what, they wouldn't have been able to identify as on the white side. But as we
So
go
if
further
she's
down the
if sorry to
generations,
cut you, if she's stopped by police, what will she be identified as?
as white,
But she's not.
well, she is white.
If you see what I'm saying, you said she's Colombian, but on the obviously the whiter side. But
Yeah, because this is the
why
thing
wouldn't
now,
she?
Dia.
Why wouldn't they identify as Colombian
Do you know why they would
or
identify her as white?
mixed? What do you call it? Mixed
I'm
Latin.
gonna tell
Yeah.
you. I'm gonna tell you why they identify her as white. So basically, this is what I learned from the white people. Yeah, the white people told me this. They said that if
Go
you're
on.
mixed race, you can't
Mm.
identify as white. If you're quarter caste, you can't identify as white. If you've got 1/5, yeah, that's the point where you can start thinking about identifying yourself as white. If you've got
Mm.
less than a fifth, then you're now classified by the law. By law, they will
Hmm.
classify you as white. But you gotta have less than that fifth.
What do you think about that?
I think it's racism.
True. You think that should be allowed? That I know. I don't know if I don't want to obviously go into personal details on that, but
Uh,
what do you class your partner, your wife, as um Colombian or white?
both.
Both.
Yeah. Just like I'd class, if you're, are you West Indian, Jamaican? I'd class
Yeah,
you
yeah.
as I'd class you as Afro-Caribbean, so African, Caribbean, and also black. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because
Yeah,
we
because
got
I'm
to have.
black Afro Cap. Yeah, I'm black Caribbean. Yeah. If it's
You
on
feel me?
the
Yo,
police thing, it's either
what's
you
that sound, bro?
or that.
Yo, people in the comments, can you hear that?
What
What's
is it?
that?
Now, hold on, guys, hold on a minute. Let me just find out if it's me or if it's someone.
Oh,
Yo,
I
J
can't hear
Money,
that.
does it sound crazy or is it just me?
I think it's your signal, you know, because they don't sound crazy over here.
Hold on.
I'm gonna put YouTube on quickly. Hold on. All right, now he's going to do it. He's going to do it. But that obviously, you know, I don't want to push this argument like too far because it's not really an argument like that. It's more just to, you know, to establish some, you know, some understanding of the situation and the questions being put forward. But ultimately, my honest opinion of this whole racial coloring thing is that it shouldn't exist
It
because
shouldn't exist at all.
it gives them an unfair advantage over us. Do you feel where I'm coming from? Because if you couldn't put on the form whether you're black, white, if that never existed, then everyone would have a fair shot. But the fact that they're asking for that shows you everyone doesn't. Do you feel where I'm coming from? And that's why I think that, especially in this day and age, you know, you said this earlier, BR, and this is why, like, I think what you said is crucial as well. You said that a man in this day and age can identify as a woman can identify as a man. But as a black man, can I identify as a white man? I'm allowed to do that.
In some cases, that has happened, and you can actually look that up for yourself, bro. There's white people that's gone over to the other side, not in this country, I don't think, and there's black people that's identify actually as white. Actually, it's funny. It's funny that you said that because it's actually saw it on YouTube the other day. If you type it
Michelle
in,
Dozer.
who's that?
Who's that? Michelle Dozer, the woman that had the melanin injection.
No. This is some black Donnie. Well, he's a black guy, and one day he woke up and said he wants to be white, and he's gone through the whole process out there in America, and now he's identified as white, even though he's black. I don't know if it's fully finalized, but that I know you definitely can type that up and just have a look quick.
Do you think obviously you see that someone like Michael Jackson, do you think that some white people would identify him as white? Because obviously, you know, he turned himself white, didn't he?
I think he was accepted almost as white. Not amongst our community, but I think he was almost accepted as white.
You're funny.
Man said he's accepted as white, you know. What color did Michael Jackson want to be? That's the question.
But I ain't got a clue, fam. I ain't got a clue, but I always saw him as, obviously, from when I was young, he was black. So I always saw him as Michael Jackson's black. But to some people, obviously, they only ever seen him when he was white, and they're accepting that. His kids are white, and obviously they're adopted, but his kids are white.
Yeah.
Hey, one second, guys. 1 second, guys. Big up Archie, big up James N. Anya, big up yourself, Keisha, big up yourself. Hello, everybody. Ambition Radio, I see you. J Money, you can jump on if you want, my G. OSG all day. Lind, big up yourself. CD Only Williams, big up. Yeah, this big thanks for everyone that's there today. Continue, people.
All right. I think we've kind of run the course of that conversation anyway, and we don't want to get too focused on racism too much. But I think it is something that is like it's been pushed to the back of society, like it don't exist no more. But it's very much there, and there are very much certain facets of the institution which are enforced in it and teaching it to the kids in school. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because they're teaching them early. You're black, you're white, you're this, you're that. They're teaching them this.
That's why
So,
it needs to be spoken about. And like people don't think this was no heated conversation. This is just a normal conversation between people on the panel. So don't ever think it was anything like that. But we're both trying to make our point, and you know how it goes sometimes.
Of course.
So you know what I mean?
I'll be honest. You've given me hope in your. You see, that's why I said I have.
I see. Look, he's going back to it now. You see what I'm saying?
No, I believe what you said, and it's given me hope that. And from seeing the comment from the white lady in the chat, it's given me hope that, you know, with the right information and with the right education, without indoctrinating people, you know, we probably could get them to, you know, to be a bit more accommodating and a bit more accepting.
No, man, they should. If a Turkish family can do it, if us Caribbeans can accept a half Nigerian child as a Caribbean kid, they should be able to do it too, man. It shouldn't be. It's not that big of a deal, is it? To
No.
them, it
And this
might
is the
be.
point. This is the point. And the ones it's a big deal to, would you say that they're racist?
Yeah, because I've not dealt with racism hardly ever in my life. I don't even remember the last. It's probably to do with boydom, but someone like my sister that lives quay out like you has dealt with it in them areas, getting pulled over, little sly comments here and whatever. But yeah, man, it needs to stop. It shouldn't matter what color you are. End of the day, like this is us, innit? If you accept animals in the zoo, why can't you accept freaking us? We're not hurting you.
I hear that still. I hear that. You see,
They
like
want the
when they
best
talk about
reference.
you see, like you got like what's this guy who's talking about going to? Who's the guy that wants to go to Mars? I know Peniros knows who I'm talking about.
Bro, a whole heap of people want to go on Mars, bro. Who's that?
Who, the China guy?
No, I don't. Well, Chinese are white people to be too, but the white people that want to go to Mars, there's a white man. He's trying to get people to go to Mars, innit? And he said then they can't come back though. They can't come back.
Man's trying to, you see how stupid these people are. He's trying to get people to go to Mars. He ain't even been there himself, man.
But they can't come back. You know, like that.
That's what he said.
I'll be honest with you, yeah.
So who's charged with the murder for that then?
Another what?
Because if they can't come back, so they're stuck in space then.
Oh.
Well, no, they're stuck on Mars.
They'd have to probably sign if that was they can't even get to Mars, but if that was the case, they probably have to sign like a contractual agreement
to death.
Yeah. Peniros, do you know what? Maximum ratings. I love the fact you said that. They can't even get to Mars. Because you see, in my opinion, yeah, it's like this. Like, if they really, really want to get to Mars that bad, in my opinion, there must be black people there or something we've done there that they want. That's why they want to go there. Outside of that, why else would people want to leave this planet? Do you know, like that? And take how much people with them that can't come back? And then you hear about this thing of, what is it? Adrenochrome and all of these things. And, you know, you got all of these secret societies, you know, and you got all of this, what was it David Icke was talking about? The lizard people.
Sidione Williams is saying it's Jeff Basil.
Jeff Basil.
Jeff Basil selling tickets to go to Mars.
Is it? Now what I'm saying
is he's been there himself, you know, and he's actually selling tickets, bro. That's crazy.
Now hear the joke. When I heard about this, whoever was in the comments, what's the guy's name? Correct me if I'm wrong. I can't remember the name that you said it was Jeff Basil. But please correct me if I'm wrong. From what I heard, someone else has said Elon Musk as well. But from what I've heard, when they take these people to Mars, what they're going to do is they're going to freeze them. So you're going to be frozen. Now, I've never heard of anyone being frozen and brought back to life, for one. So how people are agreeing to this, I don't know. And to me, you see me, I keep my food in the freezer. Do you see where I'm going with this?
Oh, shit.
You stop the breakdown process, yeah.
Because what are you thinking?
Man's gonna be food for man on Mars, bro.
See what I'm trying to say? What are these offerings? Are they offerings?
Big up, I see you.
Are they food for on the way? You know, like that. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know. But that one there, like, I thought that was a big thing. So I'll be honest. I know this information has been out for a while, but I only started really learning about it last week, and it was shocking to me that people could agree to go to a place they can't come back from and be frozen when you know that technology ain't even at the point where it's utilizable.
I haven't seen no one use it. I was hearing. I even heard back in. I don't know if you don't remember, but Michael Jackson was supposed to have one of those freezing things.
Yeah, I heard.
Obviously, he never got to use it, but apparently he had one. But my thing is this, though. We know that the moon is kind of like far away from the Earth, right? So wouldn't it be, if they had that type of technology, wouldn't it be smarter to like blast from the moon, which they've never been back from? They've never been back there, so it would have been more wiser to blast to Mars from the moon to save rocket fuel. But they're not going back there, so you know.
But that's why I don't believe them, P. Because guess what, yeah? Would it not be safer to go to a place you've been to before? Because you know how to get there, innit?
Of course.
But if you don't really know how to get there and it's all a lie, then maybe that's the reason you ain't going back.
You can't land on the moon. It's not solid. It's plasma.
Well, I've heard this argument as well, and I totally agree. I totally
The moon,
agree
the
that.
moon changes shape, shift. It changes shape, like on the way, like it's mad.
All right, and I would totally agree with you in the sense that I can't say for definite that it's plasma because I ain't been there, but I'd say that it sounds more plausible to me. It sounds more plausible to me, especially in the sense that, like you said, they're saying they can't go back there, but hold on, didn't they put on the news years ago that the whole moon landing was a fake? The flags blowing, there's wind on the flag and all that. So why would they have to lie about something they've done? Do you know, like, I just don't get it.
Oh, they lie about everything.
They lie. Sorry.
This is the life we live in, man. Life's a lie,
They
man.
lie to people to give them hope. Also, you have to understand that some of these lies are told so they can get more money and funding from the people. So, like, think about what NASA is. NASA is supposed to be space exploration, yeah? What part of space have you explored? I ain't talking about photo. But then you got another side of the you got another side of the community that believe that they have been to space. You got a side of the community that believe that they teleport to Mars. Have you heard that theory?
Yeah, I've heard this still. I've heard this.
They go on the portals and they know where all the portals are to some of the other planets, and they actually been going up there and whatnot. So, which is not you're never gonna know the answer to that. But at the end of the day,
that one sounds more realistic though. Although it sounds like far fetched.
It does sound realistic because there are portals. That's the only thing. Yeah, there are energy portals on this planet. Yeah.
Although I've never seen teleportation though, like I would see that as a more plausible means of travel than, to take a rocket ship into the unknown. And, like, for instance, when they tell you, like you got like certain rules of health and safety in certain environments, you can't use certain types of tools because you might cause an explosion. So you're going to go out into space, into the unknown. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what elements are out there. They don't know.
Well, first they got to get past that. They got to get past that crazy asteroid belt first before anything, which does exist.
Yeah, that's a big one actually, because obviously. But the thing is now, like I've heard this argument as well, and what the scientists tried to say is that the asteroid belt isn't dangerous, and the asteroids are so far apart that you could just glide through it easily. I'm not so sure about that, but what do you say to that one, Pete?
Say that again. Make sure I get this right.
So what the scientists are saying is that the asteroid belt is real, but these asteroids are so far apart, they're like massive, like miles apart. So it will be easy to navigate. That's what they're saying.
No, that is the case. And on top of that as well, they won't be able to get past the radiation plasma that's around the planet too. So it's not just the asteroid belts, Even when you see their space footage, you see stuff that's out there. So they've got a navigational system that can guide right through that and get to the planets. So why did they lost one of their robots the other day when they pull it out? They lost one of their probes. So if you can't save your probes, you wouldn't say, it's a bit dangerous to be putting like 7 people in a shuttle. Not to mention people, see some of these meteors that you see, and these asteroids that you see coming through, yeah? Do you know that some of them coming through undetected?
Yeah,
That's dangerous.
100%.
That's dangerous, man.
It's crazy, and they don't talk about that. They've got all this. They've even got. If you go online, you can even watch the comets to see what size they are and all that. I don't know if you don't know about this, but there's a site that you can go on, and it shows you all the incoming comets that just barely fly past the Earth or gonna burn up before it gets it. It shows you, and it shows you the size. I saw one the other day that was the size of a football stadium. So they keep these things on a D-Lo unless you go searching for them. But like I said, some of these meteors come through and they miss them. So for them to even think about getting a shuttle and blasting through an asteroid belt, they've got no control over these rocks. It's a bit crazy, man. But we all know what's going on.
Yeah, that's it. I'll be honest. I like the explanation you gave there, and I think that this is the thing where people we like to believe in science, and a lot of people who believe in science and believe in the theories that science presents, they like to
Yeah.
present them like they're facts, and I think that that is a travesty, and I think that that's something that's it's made us it's helping to enslave us basically, and helping the system to control our what's it to control us with more indoctrination on top of indoctrination. Like they're more powerful than us, they know better than us, so we should be listening to them. Do they really know better?
Yeah, exactly. And when you think about the whole NASA thing anyway, if you really are into that thing on that type of level, it's kind of taken away from God, isn't it? Because it's like they're going out looking for something else. So
100.
and also they want to give the people hope in it on the planet that we can get off of this place, and then they're going to do that, even if they can't, even if they haven't got the means to do it, they're still going to try and give the people hope. That's why they do things like the other day they put out them photos of the galaxies and all that, making people think, that we're getting somewhere.
You see, if you bought a high-powered telescope, could you see planets?
Could I see what?
If you bought a high-powered telescope, do you reckon you can you actually see the planets through it?
I've never tried, but I have seen guys on the internet use high-powered telescope for looking at stars and stuff like that. But the stars are more closer than the planets, innit? So you're gonna pick up the stars. I put out a video of what the stars look like. They look like flying disc, but facing us, if you know what I mean, like a button. It's funny because Button Moon was a program that come out for the youths when I was younger, and it's like the stars actually look like that sort of shape, the way they're hanging up there. Stars are not 5-pointed stars. You know what I'm trying to say? But yeah, man, we don't know what's going on, but they want to keep putting in man's mind that there's other places that we can get to. But the worst thing about it is that they can't even take care of this place.
Yeah, true.
So I don't know what makes them think that God's going to allow them in this system to go to another planet and mash it up.
Well, this is the point I was going to make as well, Pete. There's parts of this planet that they can't get to, but they expect me to believe that you can get all the way across the other side of the universe to another planet.
Well, there's parts of, you know what? That's crazy. There's parts of this planet they can get to that we can't get to. That's what it is, Shiv.
What do you mean? In what sense?
Like, for example, Antarctica. They can go to certain parts. They're allowed to go over the water.
Oh, yeah.
We're not.
I get you. Yeah. You see where I was going with this here? I was going to say that I learned this the other day on the Discovery Channel. There's a certain depth of the ocean that they can explore. Once they get past a certain depth, they can't explore that.
No, because the pressure's too much.
So what's the pressure like in space?
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, it's underwater. Same shit.
That's
it's just like right.
Is there public telescopes that you can see? Is there actually public telescopes where you can actually see planets?
Well, it's funny that you say that, Bianca. I was telling someone the other day, even though I'm from the borough of Greenwich, lived in Greenwich, grew up in Greenwich, basically. There used to be a telescope in Greenwich Park. I've never been there. I need to go down there. I don't know if it's still active, but they got an observatoire at the top of Greenwich Park.
Okay.
I don't know if it's still open for the public. I think it's old as hell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
how far you think that is?
I can't guess. I don't know. I never tried it. But
I'm gonna ask Google for you, Peter. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, so it's like you got other telescopes like we talked about. I done video for the Lucifer telescope, the Vatican's telescope. They actually use 3D. See, every telescope is different as well. They've got different things on it. There's the Vatican telescope. They actually use 3 crystals, and they put that before the telescope. So when they're looking into it, they can see different things that we can't see. You know what I'm saying? So, and this is the problem. This is the problem with this whole NASA and exploration stuff, that they hide too much things, man.
100%.
Yeah, they had too much
According,
things, and they've done too much foolishness as well. Like they put rovers on the moon and all that, but yet still you can see the shadow of the rover on its own and all them things there. And people debunk all those type of videos, man. So it's got to the point now where do you think that the way the world is now that the people on the earth even care about space, or do you think they're so into themselves right now that they probably don't even care?
I feel that way. But just to
Mm.
answer BR's question, according to Google, you can observe planets through a telescope. According to Google.
Oh,
I've never done it, but according to Google, you can.
Oh no,
I bet
but you must be
those
able
must be
to.
some. That must
Yeah.
be some expensive one, boy. Tell you that.
To be fair, it says here you could, for a medium-sized telescope, it says
Yeah.
even a small telescope will reveal details on the giant planets. Through a medium-sized scope, you'll see Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn change on a nightly basis.
Oh yeah, you can definitely see
Gone
that. See,
through
the
the
thing
dark
is, yeah,
sky.
this year, Shifa, yeah, we've had certain things happen in the skies where people have actually seen them with their naked eye.
Serious.
Yeah, because they've been aligning and stuff like that.
So we're
They've been
just clouded
aligning.
then. We're just clouded by a mist then.
Oh
Not
yeah,
mist,
that's
but
the whole point of the chemtrail and all that stuff as well. They
spraying
always
up,
hiding
spraying
what's
up the
going on
clouds.
above us. Yeah,
Mad.
especially when you got the cities like London that are totally overpolluted as well. Now we spoke about that the other day, beyond it, like Wales.
Yeah. Yep.
The area in Wales is completely different to London. You probably see more stars out there as well. Otherwise, we get good nights, but people, how many times you come outside your house and looked up and see no stars in London? I see no stars tonight, man.
Right, that's all the time out here. You see, like I said on the last show, and that at my mum's house, you come outside the house, the stars feel like you can. It feels like you can kind of grab them, bro. They're right there, and there's loads of them.
Yeah.
Can I ask you guys another question?
Not polluted.
You see this whole idea of leaving the planet. Like, for instance, they're talking about go to Mars and colonizing Mars. Does that alarm you at all when you hear them talking about going to planets to colonize them? Is that alarming to any? Because it's alarming to me. I just want to know if it's alarming to anyone else.
Well, that's the alarming thing about it, or shit. These are people of war. You know what I mean? And that's what's alarming about it. You know what I mean? It's like,
and that what they did to us. They went to Africa. First they went on a discovery trip, then they come back to colonize. And then what they done to America, go there first, get to know the place, and then come back to colonize. And it's like,
that's why, that's why
is this the plan to go and enslave people on another planet?
Possibly, but they gotta send a few. They gotta send a few frozen ones over there first.
I must send a few frozen. We said they gotta send Elsa and them gal there first, yeah.
Yeah, no, because you got come on, that's food to someone. A frozen body just turn up. That's food. You don't know what's out there.
Real
So the Anya says, in Wales, the sky is so clear, loads of stars, so beautiful. Our tube says, in the countryside, you see a head of stars, don't see nothing in the cities, just black.
Tell them, my people. See, they know what the countryside is like.
So imagine what you're breathing in. Imagine what you're breathing in.
And I could say this off of facts, as well. Anytime I feel rough and got a cough or a cold, when I fly up countryside over to my mum's side now, bro, that cold's gone within the day. By the next day, it's kind of gone. Because the air is different. It's clean. Mad clean air.
You see, obviously, this whole thing of space exploration, is this something that is this something that Black people have tried to do at any point in history that we can, or does anyone know of any, Black civilization that has?
Me and P spoke about that one a few shows back still.
Because it's always, for me, it's always been white people trying to get into space. I never hear no Black country talking about some space program.
Because you need a license. You need a license for that, man. You need a license for that. You can't leave this planet. You can't even fly a plane without a license. You need air mileage before you can go up in the plane.
So why do you think they're trying to leave? What do you think they're trying to do? You think they're trying to get away from something?
Well, either they're trying to get away from something, or they're trying to go and do some type of F-freeze. For me, it's one or the other. For me personally.
Well,
they know.
Go on.
They know like 10 years before anything's gonna happen anyway. They don't have to tell us to the last 2 years before it does happen.
Yeah.
what, like a meteorite hitting the planet and why and causing devastation and type. Like, what's that film there? I can't remember, Armageddon. Remember that film, Armageddon?
Yeah, all that. They don't have to tell you took a few years. They're planning their way out first. Get all the higher power safe first
They've got
before
the
the news
technology.
gets brought to us.
They got the technology to do that, the Armageddon thing. They got the technology to do that still, but they wouldn't do it with a man thing. They would just shoot it out.
No, come on now. You already know it. The moment they say something's going down this planet, everyone's going to go on a mad thing and start robbing up. They don't want riots kicking off. They don't want them kind of problems.
Check the point I was trying to make, though, guys, yeah? Because think about it like this, yeah? We know that Europeans, they wanted to go everywhere around the world to colonize it, to enslave the peoples and, you know, to come back and steal people's riches, X, Y, Z. So what makes us think that them going into space is going to be any different?
I've never thought it to be no different. I don't know if it's true or not, but check this, yeah? What about if slavery was the other way around? How do you think this world would be right now?
Say that again, bro.
If slavery was the other way around, how do you think the world will be right now?
Yeah, but that's a hypothetical, bro. That's not what it is. So it's kind of hard to have an answer.
What do you reckon it will be the same as now or any different? That's off.
I don't know.
What about you, Shiva?
You know why I don't know? Because in this world, I just can't picture it, bro. So I can't picture it. Even though there is people out here that believe that was actually a thing in the beginning.
It could have been, bro.
But that means that
could have been.
Well, then if that was the case, yeah, they must have been helped by certain entities, innit? By the end of the day,
time travel.
End of the day, yeah, I don't really get into the race thing. You see, I'll be honest with you guys, at this point in my life, the way this world is right now, it's nice, it's cool to talk about the racial stuff and that because it's still going on. But I think I think as a human race, we've gone too deep to even worry about that right now. The people have to understand that there's a real threat, and it's not really the guy next door that's white, you know what I'm saying? The elites, or the guy next door that's black, or the guy next door that's Indian. There's a whole different group, the elites, you know what I'm saying, that's pulling the strings. And that's what's important to me. You know what I'm trying to say? Because that we live in especially in the UK, you know, we live in a multicultural place, man.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? We live in a multicultural place, and there will be certain people that will be defending people just because they got history with people. That's just what it is. Even me, myself, if anything went off over here, and I saw a group of black boys punching up a chick or doing foul stuff to a female, I'm gonna have to intervene. So it's like it's gone for me. It's gone past race. It's a bit hard to say that. You can never really go past race because it's always going to be there. But if people read the scriptures properly, there's a scripture that says the Gentiles, and when I say Gentiles, these would be the group of people that the Hebrew Israelites would be going up against. Them two funny guys in Speaker's Corner talking about demon, this white man demon, that. Them, see those people, they don't read their book properly because there's a clear scripture, and I wish I could grab it for you now, but I'll grab it for you before the show's done. And it clearly says that as long as the Gentiles walk into the light, they can be saved too. So, you know, when it comes to this race thing, when I hear certain black brothers on the internet downgrading the other side and the other race, it doesn't. That just shows me they don't even know their books properly. Now, I'm not saying that every Gentile's gonna make it, but the Gentiles, yo, big up Jedi, man. Don't know, brother. So like, there's a group of people, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna be involved, and they're gonna get through. And to me, it seems like the ones that are more time around us, that accept us as normal people and don't look at the color.
You see it? But this is the point I'm gonna make, because I ain't got a problem with white people. I've got a problem with their systems. I have a problem with the way they interact with their system. But on the whole, I don't have a problem with the individuals. Don't have a problem with the individuals, because 9 times out of 10, the individuals, if you know, when you get into a conversation and you get to know a person, 9 times out of 10, you know, you can find good in all people. You know, like that, unless they're just bad anyway, or they're just completely evil. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But I think that, you know, that's my main issue. It's not necessarily with the individuals, it's with the systems, it's with the people at the hierarchies. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And I think that, you know, the people at the lower end of the scale, you know, we need to do more to work together to combat these issues.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, to combat the issue, but people need to know who the enemy is. That's what the problem is.
1,000.
Because what these people have been turning us against each other for so long, and it's worked. And I ain't talking about the people that are going to war like Russia and Ukraine. I'm talking about the communities. If they knew who their real enemy was, then so much stuff would not be happening. Like all these killings and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
100.
And all that black race stuff and all that, to me, at this point in time, that's all segregation to me, man. That's just pulling the people apart. Because you have to understand something, you know, as well. All the Hebrew Israelites and people that claim to be Israelites and that have got something against white people, that they've been lied to too.
Yeah. And then when you say, hold on 1 second, you see, when you say they've been lied to a certain extent, they're lying to themselves, because all of these Hebrew Israelites that take up that rhetoric, they all got their Bible, you know, and they know their Bible inside out. So if you
No, I'm talking about the white people have been lied to, the Caucasian people, every race has been lied to.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I thought you were talking about the Hebrew Israelites, though.
No, the Hebrew Israelites, they think that they're smart because they know a certain amount of scriptures and whatnot, but then you don't leave out scriptures. Once you leave out scriptures, I pretend like scriptures are not there. Because I stuck it on a Hebrew Israelite in Catford. And I told him to go to the scripture, and he was reading it like he never seen it before. So if you're gonna chant out certain things about race and them, see, that's the whole thing. That wasn't in the Bible as well. That was for God to deal with. That wasn't even for us to deal with.
Right. And this is where we have to understand the difference between being informed and being indoctrinated. If you're informed, you're just given the information and you just utilize it for what it is. When you're being indoctrinated, you're directed to certain points of the information.
Right.
If you are trying to say, like, they've taken the book, they've taken specific. It's like even what they said, what happened with the Bible originally. Remember, the Bible was supposed to have more books in it. So to an extent, that's why some people would say even the Bible is an indoctrination. But when we get into it really, you know, about this whole Hebrew Israelite thing, like you said, it's like someone has literally created this faction of call it Hebrew Israelite, and we're only going to read these parts of the Bible, and these parts we're not going to attack. That we're going to keep you away from them. We're going to direct you away from them, because if you read that part, then you ain't going to be you're not going to be pushing our rhetoric, and we need you to push our rhetoric, and that's indoctrination, isn't it?
Right. And that's what I'm saying. And I ain't saying every Hebrew Israelite either. I'm just saying the ones that want to burn the white people at the stake. And there are some of them. I'm sorry, it is what it is. But there's certain scriptures that, and big up to Rap the News, who passed away at the beginning of this year. It was him that showed me the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Like when I saw them myself. Well, I never really, you know me, Shif, I never really been in that slavery stuff and all that, but because I can see the bigger picture, you know what I mean? I can see really what it is, you know what I mean? There's other races as well that don't like black people, not just Caucasians. There's other races, very powerful races that don't like black people. So some man in the Middle East don't like us, you know what I'm saying?
What do you man class as white people? What do you class as white people?
Caucasian. So
Caucasian.
Yeah, possibly Turkish or white too then, because they're classed as Caucasian. I personally would also class Chinese, what they're calling Arabic, and anything that's not black to me is white personally. But obviously everyone, you know, that's personal though. I can't say that everyone else agrees with that, but that's just my personal take on it. But from watching Peniros video earlier, I'm also waiting for a white person to buy me my ticket to the new Black Panther movie. It hasn't happened yet. But
That girl was crazy. No, she was violent.
sorry, God, what was you gonna say?
Yeah,
That
man, you
was
gotta be
funny,
fair.
though.
You gotta be fair right here as well. When I'm talking about this race thing, I don't know if I'll take it to heart.
Yeah.
So there's some people that are really deep when it comes to this racial thing. But Shifa, you know me. You never see me date a Caucasian person.
Yeah, I've
But
not seen that. Right?
no, but at the same time, man, for be fair right here, you know what I'm saying?
Have you
We're
ever
all
smashed
paying,
any?
we're all paying mad money for petrol right now. We're all going to be going into food shortages together. So
You see it, but this is the thing where it's like, you see, for me, a lot of the issues we have as far as black and white community, where we maybe, like I'm saying, maybe white people don't always accept us or accept mixed race children or whatever it is they're not accepting, or whatever conflicts there are between our communities. A lot of it is down to the lack of interaction of our communities and the lack of the breakdown of information, and coming to terms with things together, and making up our own determinations together. What we've done is we've allowed the governments and allowed the hierarchies of the world to dictate to us, and then we just regurgitate whatever information they've bundled up into our heads and indoctrinated us with. When we went to school, that's what it was about. And this is why it's like, I was listening to a conversation earlier with Jedi and them, and he was talking about schooling, and some people are big on this schooling thing. It's the best thing ever since sliced bread. Yeah, you have to be big. For me, do you know what? Like, schools are poisonous, bro. And really and truthfully, I think there's a point where the children should have to be educated, but I don't necessarily
schools slow you
think that
down,
the
man.
school is the place to do it. Yeah, I don't necessarily think the schools are
The schools slow you down. They they put you in classes where you could be put in different classes. You know what I mean? You know what? You know what I mean? You know how school is, man. And you know what? Schools these days look like prisons now. They look like little FEMA camps. They got like alarms outside. They got big gates outside. That's how you know times are changing, people. Remember when we was younger? You could just walk through the school like it's nothing.
Well, this is the thing, Pinero. Before we had racism, we had a class system, yeah, and everything was about classes. And now we're sending our kids to classes and putting them in class systems, yeah, and not thinking that there's some inclination of that original class system within that class system. You know what I'm trying to say? And I think that, that's what we're doing. We're like, for instance, you've got the private school, you've got the public school. We're creating a class system and we're enforcing it for the government. The government ain't got to force it on us no more. We're doing it to ourselves. Do you feel what I'm trying to say? Rather than saying, hold on, you shouldn't have a private school where they're getting a better education and these kids are given a rubbish one. It should be equal for all. And information should be accessible by all. We're not saying that. We're saying that you've got to pay for the information. And if you don't come from a certain household and a certain class of people, you ain't getting it. Or you're going to have to work to death to get the money to pay for it. One way or another, innit? They're going to get you.
No, I think they should definitely have them schools private, and that if you're able to afford it,
yeah,
then send your kid there.
No, I don't mind the private school.
Life's all about separation. That's why you have Tesco, Sainsbury's, Aldi, and Lidl.
Yeah. No, I don't mind the private school. Listen, I don't mind the private school. My problem is this. If the private school has access to more information than what the public school has, then they have an unfair advantage.
Not really. And then they have more time. They have more time.
No, what they have is rich family. And what we've done is now we've created a class system and we're trying to hide it under the guise of, oh, well, if you've got money, you can get in.
Same as everything in life, bro. Same as it's like think. Say for instance, with your car, you could have bought a Nissan Micra, but you didn't, though, did you?
I did buy Nissan Micra actually the other day.
No, I'm talking about. Yeah, but you know what I'm trying to say, man. That could have been your everyday. Like that could have been your everyday. We have choices. It's either you buy that one or you buy that one. If you want to send your kids to free school, they might turn out effed up, but
But think about it
Them
like
ones in
this, yeah?
Parliament.
Think
Go on.
about it like this. If your granddad was, I don't know, I'd say your great granddad was that guy who owns Cabot Circus in Bristol, Mr. Cabot, who was a slave owner, a slave trader, yeah,
Yeah.
billionaire, yeah. Because remember the
Bro, why
slave
did
trade.
you buy? Wait, hold on. Why did you buy this with microphone?
I just
You
needed a
can't.
second whip, so
We go back to
just
that. We
needed
go
a
back to
second
that.
part.
You know.
But
You know.
yeah. So long story short, yeah. What I'm saying is, them slave owners, yeah, them man have got
Yeah.
billions of pounds. They were the first billionaires in the UK, yeah. Now, what
True
we have
that.
to understand is, if you are descended from one of those people, a lot of them are going to have money already. They can afford the private school. But you know, these black people that were slaves that, you know, was brought here on boats, some of them call us banana boat people for that reason, X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
We was never in that position. Even some of the white people who are workhouse people, you know, the scum white people, the ones they call, what's that program called? Shameless, the shameless ones. Even them ones, they're in the same position. You can't afford it, innit? So that means you're never going to be able to access it. So it gives someone else an advantage over you. Do you feel what I'm trying to say? Through atrocities, not through them actually doing some type of hard work or labor or having being smarter than you or, you know, having doing anything more than what you did. It's through efferys. It's through, you know, like you said, murder, rape, stealing, thieving, pimping, whoring. Like, so
Oh yeah,
why should
guys.
these people?
I
Why should
forgot
they
to
be
tell. I
allowed
forgot
that
to tell you
advantage?
guys. Hey, Shift. You know that the R word. You know you can't say that on YouTube no more.
I didn't know that, so apologies to
Yeah, no, I only
YouTube.
found out the other day. I just letting man know from now still. I only found, but they're really going on crazy with this YouTube thing, you know, man. On some control freak business.
I will definitely not use that again. But the point is,
Yeah.
you know, why should these people be in a position where, you know, they can get access to all the information, have a better education than us, but they're saying the system is fair. They're saying that the system creates equality. Where is the equality in a classist system?
Well, for them ones you was talking about, them owners from back then, they had a head start. That's why their kids are in the private schools. They had a head start with them
Exactly.
billions that we earned them.
Exactly.
But then you know
them billions
that's like a
ill-gotten
target.
gains.
Yeah, and that's a target for our people to hit, to get more of us in there. That's if we even want to be in them schools. How many
Yeah,
ethnic people
I don't
actually
even
want to be in there?
understand. Hey, Sidione Williams, yeah, like I don't even understand your messages, because like don't start doing all that and at least spell my name right, yeah? Like let me just read it to the people. Listen to what she said. Or he. Anyway, I'm out because the very word say my people perish because of the lack of knowledge. And I was listening because I really thought Pinero have some clue as to what was going on. But now it seems like what? You are, listen, man, you see, like, you see what you don't get. Like,
That sounds like schizophrenia to me, because
yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is what you have to understand. It's like, we know so much stuff, we don't talk about everything on here. And you can't just give that sort of perception of someone just from listening to a 2-minute conversation. We didn't go into black people going through this and going through that. You understand? So be a bit more intellectual with your comments, man. And if you want to, you can always come up on the panel, you know. Because I do notice that you do write a lot of comments. So if you really want to say something and get it off your chest, or say why you feel like that, you can always come up here and say it. You know, but don't be dropping no foolish comments, yeah? So you're on block for 5 minutes. If you want to disappear, you can disappear. If you want to come back proper. Anyway, yeah. Anya, what's going on? So yeah, what are you guys saying now?
Boy, like I don't know. I kind of got lost in my conversation there for a second. But
Oh yeah, Rap the News. James is asking, where did Rap the News go? Rap the News, the channel got he must have got another violation. His whole channel got dismissed. Rap the News is a White Rap the News is a very knowledgeable guy, but the only thing about White Rap the News, when he puts on that camera, he don't give a shit, and that's just the way he is. So he might just say something and he won't go back and edit it out. No one's there shit. So yeah, his channel's gone. I did check on him the other day. His channel's gone. Yeah. Well, I'm sure you'll see him pop up on here from time to time. But the only thing is now I haven't really got no contact with him like that. Instagram, we ain't got no Instagram. So yeah. But yeah, big up White Rap the News, talking that real stuff. But sometimes, you know what it is? This YouTube thing right now, people, it's like, we can't say what you, it just is what it is. You just can't say what you want. And it doesn't make sense if you've had like a YouTube channel for a whole year to jeopardize that. You know what I'm trying to say? It makes no sense. Because you're going to be putting up like 30, 40, 50 videos and it's going to get wiped. So you have to work with it. You have to work with it. I've had to work with it. Hence why my channel is still here. You know? Yeah.
I got a question as well. Have you ever noticed, yeah? You see, when it comes to Halloween, yeah. Obviously, you know, people say they dress up as different things or whatever. But I started looking at this the other day. I thought about it, like, are we just dressing up as white people on Halloween? Do you know, like that? Because really and truthfully, what is more scary? What is more scarier than the white man? What is there? What else is on the planet that's more? You should be.
I don't really find them scary, bro.
No.
So I don't know what. Yeah. I don't know what. How you find them scary?
Well, in the sense of, well, maybe not scary, but dangerous.
Okay, so what? If you walk past it, if you was on the road on the high street, if you was on Lewisham High Street, and you saw a pack of 10 white men on one side and 10 black young youths on the other side, what one would you feel more comfortable walking by?
I'd probably walk on the side with the youths them still.
Yeah.
Personally. Okay. I don't think everyone would, but I would.
Well, I don't find any of them. I just thought I'd ask. You know what I mean?
What side you say you walk on?
No, I don't find any of them intimidating. I'm just like that. But
No, do I, man?
Yeah. Sometimes when I ask people that question, they always say like the white side, like, you know what I mean?
But you see, when I say scary, I mean in the sense of the war machine. I don't mean in the sense of your average.
But what you're not getting is what I said earlier on, bro. I said that I can't section them off as white people and scary. It's a group. It's the elites. It's those groups. That's the only group that I'm like, you know, wary of. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm not wary of white people from day to day, bro. I'm not.
But let's just do a quick breakdown. When people dress up as Halloween, what do they dress up as? They dress up as, what is it, Dracula?
No, not just Dracula. You got werewolves,
pumpkins,
zombies. Zombies can be any color.
Yeah, Michael Jackson
had zombies in his video.
Yeah, I was about to say Michael Jackson.
All of that, all of these type of things. Now, what I'm saying is, can you show me anywhere in any African culture where there's zombies, or werewolf, or what's up?
You know,
Frankenstein.
No disrespect. What country is it where they dance around the fire with all the white?
Right, that's exactly the same thing I was gonna say. Same thing I was gonna say, bro. Because at the end of the day, you're forgetting that them Zulus and them warriors and them.
That's it, the Zulu warriors.
The jungle people, yeah. Them people, they dress up too. They do fancy dress.
Yeah, and they wear white faces.
Yeah, they even put killed off animal over their head. So
yeah.
No, but I mean in the sense of, obviously, just specifically focusing on Halloween. Yeah, when Halloween happens, this is a westernized holiday, right? And all of the
I thought it was a pagan holiday. I didn't know it was westernized. I just thought it was a pagan holiday.
Yeah, you could call it a pagan, but pagans are still westernized in my opinion. But
yeah, but there's black men that are Freemasons, bro. So I don't know, bro. So like, this is why I don't do kind of things, bro. I look at some of these artists and some of these celebrities, but they're fully gone. And then some of them are our brothers and sisters, bro. So it's like that's
But you see,
another reason why I don't look at it. They've got input. They
no,
had
but
to, you know what it
that's
is?
not the point
They
I'm
had to
making, though.
infiltrate. They had to
That's not the.
infiltrate.
No, that's not my point. That's not what you've misconstrued my point. My point is this:
You champion
when
points now.
when Halloween happens, literally the things we're dressing up as are all white people. In the sense of the only one that's not that I've seen people dress up is their mummy. But remember, white people used to think that Egypt was all white. They didn't think black people made Egypt. They used to think it was white.
Yeah, but
So
you know what you're forgetting though. You know what you're forgetting.
why is
though.
that?
You know what you're forgetting though, Shift.
Mm.
Fancy dress, whether it's fancy dress or whether it's Halloween, you can go as you please, bro.
I hear you.
That's what you're forgetting, bro. You don't have to go there dressing like a white man.
Carnival's our
Hey.
thing, yeah. What do we dress up at in carnival? That's our thing.
I hear you, but I'm just talking from the
Like
I know you can
birds
dress up
and
as fancy dress or whatever, but
fancy dress.
Halloween is centered around monsters. And
Yeah.
the monsters it's centered around are very Eurocentric. Other than like I said, the mummy, who they thought was Eurocentric, but now we've proven that, you know, Kemet was the
One thing I will say, they definitely brought out that thriller, so more black people will celebrate it. But that's another story.
Yeah, that's one thing I don't
Why'd you
celebrate.
whoa? Why'd you say that? Why'd you say that's another story? Why you say that's another story? Well, you have to elaborate.
Nah, I ain't going too deep. That's what I'm saying, man. I ain't trying to listen, man. Look, I'm just saying it, yeah. Michael Jackson was a big thing to black people at the time. That was when he was actually just coming. He was still in his blackness as well. He still looked a little bit black then. And I feel that, you know, that thriller song that he done made black people want to celebrate Halloween more. That's a lot of people want to celebrate Halloween more. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know, man. I feel that demons are demons and they come in different shapes and sizes. And that's what you got to remember too. There's certain black men that around the DNA they think they got. You don't get too much into that colour thing, bro. Shipper, think about it. What's that guy's name in Africa? Is it Idi Amin? Remember that guy? You know what I'm talking about, BR, the soldier.
Yeah.
Remember what he was doing to people?
No, go on.
Yeah, he was chopping off heads and hanging his own people. So what I'm saying is, this is why this race thing, to me, see me, yeah, I'm on survival, innit? Survivalminds. So it's anyone that's coming my way to bother me and my family. It don't matter if you're black, white, Chinese, Indian, you know, if you're an alien, if you're a reptilian, draconian, it don't matter. You're all gonna get
Bridget,
that. That's it.
Bridget, I see. You see what you just said? Yeah. I was working out to you. His neck didn't look like a real neck, cuz his head was too big for the neck. Bro, it looked like a skin suit. I'm not lying. I swear to you. Listen, I put on everything I love. I swear on everything I love. I swear to the Most High. This man did not look human, bro. He had a bald head, yeah, and his head looked like, it looked like something out of a cartoon, cuz I'd never, and now I've seen that, it's like, you see me, I was a bit skeptical about this whole lizard, draconian, or whatever stuff going on, but I don't know, bro. That one's made me kind of think maybe this is 100% true.
Oh no, that's for real. That's for real. You see,
bro,
the Draconian reptilian, people have to understand that the Draconian reptilian was first spoke about in the Garden of Eden. Yeah. That was the snake that was on 2 feet.
Okay.
You know, and she, you know, he spit roasted Eve, and the rest is history.
Especially what he did, what?
He split roasted what?
He spit roasted Eve.
The microphone went off when he said that bit.
I heard it, no, I heard it.
I didn't hear it. The mic went.
Nah,
but you're lucky. Listen, you're lucky that White Rap the News ain't here right now. He'll give you the whole run of that right now.
What do you think of Christmas then?
The Draconians, they've been there. It's kind of crazy because the way the Bible is written, it's like obviously the Draconians must have been there before us.
More than likely, and in fact, the way the Bible's written, especially if we go by the Septuagint, you know, we weren't the first people made.
Nah.
So where are those people? What happened to them?
What, the mankind? The kind of man?
Yeah, them kind of one there.
They're filtered out, and that's what this is. See, shit. You see what I'm trying to say? This is what I'm trying to tell people. There's some people running around thinking that they're the original.
The Aborigines look solid though. Like their look is there. It's a distinctive look.
What's their distinctive look?
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
a
know,
really
bro.
good question. That's an absolutely beautiful question.
Their look, I can't even explain it. You know
What do you mean? That the
Australian,
cheekbones and the nose and that?
everything, yeah, and they all look the same in there. I know, obviously, it's a lot of probably.
You know that
inbreeding.
most of what we've seen and been told is that Aboriginal, say for instance, Australian, is a mixed race. Did you know that?
I didn't even class them as a mixed race. I just thought they're black.
No, I mean, the ones we're being shown are mixed race. For instance, when the British went there and colonized it, they killed off most of the natives, and then they mixed with the ones that they got left. So that's why when you go like what's the place there, like Samoans and Fijians, that's why they're so light skinned. You see it? But if you go Papua New Guinea, they look like us.
Yeah, and
they're all the same chain of people as well, isn't it?
And none of them want to claim us, bro. It's crazy.
Well, this is crazy. I don't know how you lot think about it, but when I was growing up, some Somalians didn't class themselves as black.
What?
There's that one. I've never heard that, but I'm glad I heard
No,
it.
you know what happened, PR? You know what happened?
Yeah.
From a Woolies point of view, it's not that the Somalians didn't look at themselves as black. They were, when they first come here, they didn't want to be looked up as black because they was in war with the man.
Okay.
So they always tried to make themselves
a lot
separate.
of them did say they come from war. A lot of them did say that.
Yeah, and one thing I will say as well,
the
Somalians, when they first come here, there was a point where Somalians were going crazy and whatnot and doing their thing, but when they first come here, they got bullied.
Bullets.
And basically, they had no choice. So when their cousins and stuff started flying over here, because they didn't all come at the same time.
No, of course.
They just rised up basically
and built up a strong population.
Yeah, because the man them were violating.
Strong community.
I think I had the first 2 Somalians that came to London in my school, and man them were violating them, bro. And so when they all ended up coming there, they just teamed up.
Yeah. No, well, they would do.
They didn't win every battle, even after they teamed up, but they just teamed up. You know what I'm saying?
Because they come from a place where they look for each other. But then you look at us, other black people, we're not even sticking together. We're in gangs. I know they're in gangs too, but
man, them would never stick together. And anyone that out here, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to be negative, people, but anyone out here thinking that black people will ever get together like that, you're crazy.
I'd like you to quantify that. Why, please?
It will never happen at this point. In this point in life where we are now, there's no going back, Shiv. There's no going back.
Like what they've done is good, man. Them Somalians, they've held their thing together. The whites have done it. Chinese, Asians, us African and Caribbeans.
No. Somalians fight Somalians too. Don't ever get confused.
No, of course, I know that, but they're either side was fighting. They've got huge numbers.
Yeah, but they're the same as us, man. Them though, really. If you want to really put it like that, like I just said, they fight other Somalis. It's like how blacks fight other blacks. The East London I ain't gonna say where. The East London Somalians and don't get on with the Woolish Somalians, bro.
Can I just clarify that they are black though? And if you was to go to Somalia, what you'll find is not all of them have got that soft hair look, that that half Arabic looking.
I've seen, because I've typed it in. I've typed in, because that's one place. And sorry to cut you, because I never grew up around many of them, and the ones I did grow up, I think at them ages, they weren't even asking them about their culture like that. So one time I typed in on YouTube their culture. It's very different, man.
Yeah, it would be different because they come from a whole. But they see.
Yeah,
I've heard some of the stories and some of the stuff that they've seen is a bit mad.
it's very different. Like,
But one of my brethren told me that he was in a yard
mm,
and man got hit with an RPG, bro.
what they're just
Yeah,
beating
that's mad.
shots through the house.
No RPG, bro. The rocket
Oh,
launcher thing.
I thought you said the other one,
Yeah, his house got hit
the
with that.
twin
That's
bag.
different. That's different living altogether, bro. Right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wow.
So when they first come here, BR, they actually came here in peace, but then they got violated. That's what I'm saying.
No, it's
So
true.
this is another segregational thing. You know what I mean?
And they don't speak English, so that's even hard enough anyway. For anyone coming to this country not speaking English and going into the school system.
Yeah,
If you ain't got a
yeah.
community in there of your type, you're gonna find it a bit of a struggle in the beginning.
It's you know what? Since we're talking about race, I think that was kind of disgusting as well. The way they were looked at as another race. They were looked at like they were aliens when they come here.
Yeah. Yeah, I always accepted them as like the same as us. They're African, as far as I'm concerned. They're African and
Yeah,
they're black,
you're African.
so
You're
we
just
should
like
treat them the same.
Nigerian or flipping or
You see it?
Yeah.
one
But you know what
of
though?
them countries there.
A
To you.
lot of people never knew they was African because no one knew nothing about Somalia. That wasn't taught in school, and YouTube and internet weren't like that back then.
Bob, the first time I saw a Somalian come to my school, BR, I was like,
Yeah,
"Who's that?" He goes, "Oh, he's Somalian." That's when I first learned what a Somalian was.
yeah, by
I
speaking to
didn't
them
see
and
Black Hawk Down till after that. Like,
mm,
you know that film, Black Hawk Down?
yeah, another one.
Mad film. Americans went to Somalia and got their asses handed to them.
It's mad though. A lot of people that came from them kind of countries came with some serious scars though. I'll tell you that. They must have been
Yeah.
going through it.
Can I be honest with you though, boys? Yeah, you see, when I was in school growing up, yeah, like I had a lot of white friends, yeah, and I found that me and the rest of my West Indian mates, they was usually cool with us as long as we spoke a bit Cockney and we seemed to fit in with them. But I noticed when kids, like for instance, if a Jamaican kid come fresh from Jamaica, they treat him different. When the Somalians come, they treated them different. There was a lot of prejudice towards them. When
Yeah,
other
man.
African kids come, there was a lot, and I think it was really the white boys that was influencing us to really, not like our own counterparts on the occasion. And
Not for
that was
me.
the.
I
No,
wouldn't
it's
say for
not.
me. No,
No, I
not for
don't.
me.
I don't agree with that. I think that's household.
I think it is household, but I think there's a point where, especially as West Indian people, we've been amalgamated into this culture, and because we speak the language, it's easier to accept us. But it weren't so easier to accept our counterpart that doesn't necessarily speak the language or has a strong accent certain times. Back in with the accent now, they love the West Indian accent now. The white boys want to talk West Indian. Now they want to talk like an African. I
No,
heard the
no, no,
white
no,
boy doing
no, no,
Afrobeat the other day.
Shipper. You can't say that, blood. Not all the white boys, bro. A small
No, not all of them.
minority.
Not all of them. No. Definitely not all. I didn't say all. I'm saying from my experience, what I found was, for instance, there was an African boy who came to my school. I can't remember his name. He had a mad name, Mobalada or something, Mobaladi or something like that. And they used to take the mick out of this boy. In fact, they used to straight up bully him, the white boys in my school. And I found that the other black kids
What? And you
weren't
managed
saying
to have
nothing.
that?
I
You managed
want to
to
say
have
so.
that?
I was just about to
Bro,
say that. I was
you
going to
see
say
me,
something.
What
You
sort of
see
school
me
allowed
you
that.
go
personally.
to, fam?
You
Broski, let me
allowed
show you
that.
something. You see
Some
me
white boy
personally.
got rushed in my school for
You
that.
see, hold up, one second. You see me personally, I ain't having none of that stuff, innit? I'll punch up everyone. But I found some of the other black kids used to tease him too. And I found that they used to bully him too.
All right,
And,
now let me talk about that. Let
using
me
the
talk
same
about that.
kind of names.
Let me talk about that. So you know what that is, Shifa? That's like, like, like certain like Jamaican households, they might have like kind of extreme parents, some of them, and they might cuss out the African them sometimes. You get me? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It's
Just
true.
like a certain Caucasian man might hear nigga this, nigga that in their yard. It's the same shit, and it's like. And it's like they sort of like grow with that. So when they go to school and they get into little cussing, shut up, little Babatunde. You get me? Yeah?
Yeah, but remember, their culture is so different that it's like it's almost frowned upon. So I remember that film, Boys in the Hood, I think it was, where a man's in the school and he's calling the youth saying he's African and he's
Oh yeah,
respecting the
African booty
Africanness.
scratcher.
And they think,
African
all
booty
right,
scratcher.
do you feel where I'm coming from? So it wasn't just the white boys, but the white boys was definitely influencing us, because who do you think was the one who came up with the idea of, Africans are booty scratchers and, they're just wild and rare it. Do you understand? We're
Hey,
not
when, when,
civilized. We didn't
It
come up
depends
with
what
that.
era you came. It depends what era you came from as well.
hey, listen, let's keep it
is.
real, guys. Let's keep it real, guys. Why when I
Mm.
ask this question, you know what I mean when I say keeping it real.
God, I know where you're
But,
going.
but what year was it when it was cool to be African?
Oh man, we spoke about this. We spoke about this.
Hey, wicked
Last
you.
10,
You're a
I
wicked
think the
you.
last 10 years.
No, real talk though. When was it? No,
I
I'm just
think
saying all that because I remember when I was younger.
it
I'm
weren't
just
cool.
saying, like,
I had an African brethren who denied he was African and started talking about he was calling himself Jamaican.
Yeah, I had a few of them. I had a
You see
few
it?
real
So
ones that stuck to their thing and didn't change their name to John or Steve like that. But a lot of them, there's either American or Jamaican.
yeah,
but then when you watch things like remember Desmond's, yeah, and you had the African man in there, yeah.
yeah.
Matthew.
No one weren't disrespecting Matthew in Desmond's, but outside of Desmond's, man were making jokes and calling people Matthew, you know that.
Yeah, you say that's your
I
bread.
know.
You say that's your dad, bruv. Like, but black on black jokes ain't racist, really. Bro.
I hear you, but you see, the problem is when some of those jokes are derivatives of, racial comments that have been made by white people calling us animals, uncivilized, X, Y, Z, then we start calling Africans uncivilized. We have to recognize the influence there that we're taking on and the
I
culture we're
can't hear
taking
you,
on.
man. Oh, what
I'm
happened?
gonna I'm not gonna jump back in because my reception's gone messed up.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, my thing just went down and went off. Funny stuff. It's good to see a lot cracking joke in the comments, man. It's good to have a little banter sometimes. You know what I mean?
And, when we was in school, man, a lot of the jokes was racist as well. We used to
Yeah,
have some damn
it
racist
was a
jokes,
very
bruv.
racist. It was very. See, you have to understand before the community team. Like, don't forget, I come from a time where we spoke about it before. Like, I come from like just the end of the racist time. Like the Stephen Lawrence time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was kind of peak back them days, man.
I can imagine, bro. I can imagine, man.
I've heard stories from some of my friends that told me, they had to run home from school sometimes to get chased by like 7 men.
Mm.
And when I think about that age, and they're telling me they're getting chased by big 20, 22-year-olds, and they
Yep.
wasn't even finished school yet, and
Yeah,
stuff like
calling
that.
them all of the words and everything, calling them all the words under the
That
sun.
happened. That happened more over my side. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I heard it happened in Sydenham, Downham as well, but that happened more like in my borough because we had more of the white uh, areas like Bexley Heath,
I ain't heard Sydenham for a
Eltham.
long time,
All Stephen Lawrence, Eltham. That was in the borough.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you see what you're saying, yeah? My brethren's auntie, yeah, she don't like white people. She racist. And I asked her one day, why are you like this, yeah? Well, she ain't racist, she's prejudiced. But I asked her, why are you like this? Why you just don't like white people? She said, she used to live in Lewisham. She said, I couldn't walk through Lewisham Centre. One day I walked through it and I decided, you know what, it's late. I'm on my way home. I went to a little party. I have to get home. And I was a bit drunk. So I was too confident. And I decided, fuck it, I'm walking through. And she got her head bust by big men, white men.
Yeah.
Bust her head for her.
Yeah.
No reason. She ain't done nothing wrong.
Yeah, I know another girl, Shift, yeah? And that's probably why she's rowdy now, yeah? She's slightly older than me. She even told me, like, she looks like, she's mixed in it. She's like half Indian, half black, man. But if you look at her, she looks like mixed race. She even told me as well, when she lived up them sides, she used to get chased by a man. Do you understand what I'm saying? And she looks mixed race.
Yeah, that's mad.
So yeah, she
That
told me
is
that she used
mad.
to have to run home certain days. She said if she saw these boys on the way home, she'd have to run because they were trying to throw stones at her and everything. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, my brethren's auntie said she didn't just get her head bust, she got sexually assaulted. And then when they went to the police didn't do nothing. So from there, she don't like white people, cause and I can't even argue with her after she told me that. You see it?
Yo, I hear you. Big up Rika B. Crypto Rules. I don't see no lady on the panel still, but big up yourself still.
So you see what's happened to us. You think that's why a lot of black people hate white people? Because it sounds like you know a lot of black people that don't like whites.
Say that again, brother.
Yeah, I didn't hear that neither. Say that again.
Yeah, I forgot what I just said. What did I just say?
Said
You
someone
think,
knows a lot of people that don't like whites.
Yeah, so
Are you
do
talking
you
about
think
me?
the reason? Yeah, no, I'm thinking. So, do you think that a lot of black people don't like white people because of what we've gone through? Because they don't like us, but why?
Or because of because of what they've personally gone through a lot of times, and because of what like if you've got a family member that's been a victim of a racist system or racist individuals attacking them, like Stephen Lawrence's family,
Yeah, I can
it's
imagine.
amazing. His mum is an amazing person because you know what, she don't seem to be prejudiced. She don't seem to hate white people, and I think that someone in that situation, I could probably sympathize and kind of have an understanding to them not liking
You're cutting out still.
Yo, Crypto Rules. Is that Bigger Vel? Big up yourself, man.
people in their system. This.
I can't hear you, Shifa, man. Hold on. What I'm gonna do. I find that works a bit quicker.
Yeah,
So.
sorry, my phone keeps ringing now, man. I don't know what's going on this time of night, but my phone is blowing up. Literally, that's why I keep cutting that now, man. But it just keeps ringing. It's mad. Everyone wants to chat when I'm online, like that. These times, the same people who's ringing me now, when you rang someone bare times earlier, they don't answer their phone, but they wait till you're busy to
I
start
hate
ringing.
when people do that, bro.
Bruh, don't you hate when someone ring you, yeah, and you ring them back and they don't answer the phone?
You don't like that?
I hate that.
Mad,
That
That
gets
gets
me
me
mad.
mad.
I think, Olin, you
Yeah,
just
like what you
rang my
bothering
phone.
me for? You get me? Like, what do
They're
men
trying to
bother
act
man for? You know what I'm
trying to
saying?
act like they're not holding the phone in their hand and thing.
Yeah, maybe they were jacking off, man.
That's the thing. I don't want no one to ring me while they're doing that. Like, I don't even want no one. Don't ring me if no one's.
Man's like, shit, man, you ring me at the wrong time. But yeah,
And people start doing that jacking off thing. It's not good for you, man.
yeah, it's not good for your brain cells, man.
Yeah, you be ruining up your somethings, man.
Now, do you know what people do though, BR? I tell you what enough people do. They'll ring you, and then when they've rang you the first time and you don't answer, they'll ring someone else. And they're ringing like 10 people all at the same time. They were just bored. They just wanted someone to chat to.
Yeah,
So
they
because
need
you didn't
someone to
answer,
chat
they got
to.
on the they just got on the phone to someone else real quick. So by the time you call back 30 seconds later, it's too late.
No, it's true. I can't stand people like that, especially certain girls when they always have to be on the phone. I think you're not even talking about nothing that even makes sense.
Yeah.
They're literally just on the phone to be on
That's
the
how
phone.
they get by, though. That's how they get by, though, man.
Yeah, true.
Do you think the phone has become like a drug? Do you think it's become like a drug, the phone?
Bruv, I see
It's
certain men
always,
I got a
but it's
problem
been
with and they go on their phone, fam. I don't know how a phone can save you, but I don't know why they go on their phone when they see man.
What?
No, I mean, I see certain people out in public, and when they see man, because of the history, they act like they're on their phone. Just to avoid.
They're trying to avoid you and things?
Trying to swear. Yeah, they don't know. That's people that don't even want a conversation. Or,
but if they don't want a conversation, they don't want a conversation, man.
Not a conversation, but they don't want not a conversation. What's the word?
They don't want the interaction.
The interaction, yeah.
Yeah.
What was you saying,
got to remember.
It's been like a drug.
Say that again?
Yeah.
I can't hear you. You keep cutting
the
out.
phone's been like a drug?
Yeah, from back in the day, man. From flipping house phone numbers.
Mm.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's a thing of where, and don't forget, we live in that society now. We ain't even really got to check your people, innit? You can just phone them a video call and chat to them, innit? So you're gonna see more people on the phone now than ever. You know? Think about it,
there's
man. Before you have
always
to go and
arguing.
drive down to your mother's yard to go and see her, you know. Now you can just pick up the phone, video call.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can
That's,
video call your youths, them, you know.
mm,
Yeah, you can talk to your friends all day. 'Cause, you know, now you got them. You know, back in the day, if it wasn't always free, and then what was it? T-Mobile come out, and then they
Yeah,
started doing the after 7. What is it? They had
yeah.
after 7 thing.
7, 3 after 7. Yeah,
Free
remember
after
that?
7. Yeah, man. The gossip thing came straight in after that with the females, bro. You know what time it is. So yeah, man.
Yeah, I
Sometimes you just gotta
remember
let
that.
them just do their thing, man. Girls are always gonna gossip, man. That's just what it is, man. But it's hopefully the man them can just lead the girls them to do it.
Hopefully, hey. I know
You
some
man them out
gossip
there.
guys.
Yeah, 'cause I'm starting to realize that, you know what I mean? These girls, man, they can't really have nothing to themselves, man. You know what I mean? They'll take their handbags. What's gonna be next, man? Man are gonna start wearing them eyelashes, you know, I'm telling you, man.
there's Donnies out there probably doing it. They're spraying on hairlines, bro. Like,
Yeah, that's you know what it is. I'm gonna be honest though. See the spray on the hairline thing. Yeah? See that
yeah,
I can't really blame these guys. Like I don't have to do that. Thank God, my dad's still got a whole set of hair.
yeah.
Um,
So it's
but the spray on the hairline, you know what it is, BR?
yeah.
Confidence in people right now is very low because they're looking at everybody else. You know.
I see a
Now
mixed
some
race
of
youth
it,
doing it though, and he's got
they
bare
don't
hair.
blend it
And
all the
then
time.
you see
They
the
want
thing
a
is though,
sharp lineup.
you see when I ask the mixed race youth and the Asian youth why they're doing it, it's because their hair ain't thick like ours. They want that thick hairline that we got. They
Yeah,
want that.
that
They
sharp
want that.
hairline. Yeah.
So when you got Drake and the man there, that's why they're doing that. They got to spray it on to make it look more African.
Yeah, but if a girl asks them that, they would never see that.
Remember, they do their
Only them,
beards as
yeah,
well. You
you
know,
admitted it.
they do their
You
beard
mixed
as
it to the
well.
man them. Yeah, the
They
beard as
fill,
well.
yeah, they fill the gaps in on the beard.
I'm
Right.
dead. I'm dead.
But that's the
Oh,
thing, like you
yeah.
said, the eyelashes, they're gonna be doing that. Man, them's rocking handbags and jeans and stuff already. So you know what I mean.
Yeah.
What's next?
Apparently, my brother was telling me that the baggy stuff has come back into fashion now, isn't it?
Yeah, that's been sliding back still.
Yeah.
That one there.
That's a good
Yeah,
look.
man, it's about time.
It's a good look, man.
Yeah, but then have you not seen man them in UGG boots?
Yeah, no, it's peak, man.
Like,
What? What?
man, those are some smooth, like feeling sheep or whatever the hell it is. Yeah, but
What, you tried them
nah,
on?
no. I bought loads of them for my missus, innit? But you know, like the feel of them, I put my hand in there, like, wow, that's kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I bought some for my missus too. I was, hey.
Yeah, no, I've got a collection of not me, but she's got a collection of UGG bags and boots and stuff like that.
I'm glad you clarified I'm glad you clarified
Yeah,
that.
no, I had to throw that one in there. I had to throw it in there, but the only thing, yeah, it's a mad thing to maintain. If you
So how
don't
do you know
mind
it feels,
feeling
how do you
it,
know it feels all smooth like you put your hand in it?
put my hand in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same as them, you know, the handbag. When man's buying it, and that man's like, "Bro, this thing's
What,
mad."
you put it over your shoulder and that, look in the mirror type.
Hell no, man. Just looked at it and thought it looks
Yeah,
bigger than that
taking the
one.
mix.
Man, grab that. Nah, fam. I'm not into them. That's not even my flex right there. But
No,
yeah,
I
nah,
know, man. I know that, cuz I know that. I just wanted to see how you know what I mean? You said you were trying them out.
Yeah, man, we
no,
can have
no.
a bit
It's
of
normally
banter though. We can have a bit of
you see
banter.
the thing is, yeah. You see when man does it. Normally there's like a woman in the shop, and man normally asks a woman, like, "What do you think of this bag, though?"
Yeah, definitely. That's the same thing I do, BR.
And I normally have two. Same as with anything. I'll have two, and you just find a woman that looks like it might match, and say, "Yo, what do you reckon?"
Mm.
See,
You
I
gotta be
would
confident,
video call
people.
my sister. I'll video call one of my sisters and make them decide for me. So same thing, innit, really?
You could do. Depends if their style's the same, though, innit?
Mm.
Now, if you always ask the shop person as well, and then get a random person and ask their opinion. It's never normally the same, so you have to go for what you're thinking. You gotta know this. You gotta know this, mate.
She sent me a video. Big up She sent me a video today. And we're not going to get too much into it. Try not to use no keywords. But apparently there's this new flu called tomato flu. You heard about it?
Jesus, nah, man. What
Oh,
the
that's what I'm going to say, people. I'll just leave it like that, man. And
tomato?
apparently there's no vac or no treatment. So So that's gonna be the new thing. Probably hear about it in the next couple. Big up MC for sending me that still.
I wonder where that one is from.
Well, they're saying that the kids are getting it, bro. So it's peak.
Yeah, that's a UK one then.
You know, start using the kids now.
Yeah, it's a way for them to target and to get through to us.
Hello?
It's always where everyone's always got a scheme for something, you know. They keep shouting me about this damn smart meter and these things and that as well. And I'm thinking, leave me where I'm at, man. It's all a scheme. But we'll be out of this cycle soon, people. We just gotta know what's right from wrong, man. And don't get ourselves easily manipulated and influenced by others.
Yeah, man. Just do what you can. Also, as well, try not to take on too much negativity, man, because some of these things, you know what I mean? Like, see, my thing is like this, BR, yeah? I don't really want to be sitting down thinking too much about racism if I've got no plans on doing anything about it. It's just going to make me feel negative. It's going to make me feel like the time when I watched Armistead for the first time. And when I watched Roots.
American History X. Hey, that one there, boy. I know it's a complete different film, but that one there was something different. You had me on some next wave.
See, I totally agree with you, and I think that this is where belief becomes handy, because if I can't believe that people can do better and that, you know, the racist and the bad, the worse side of elements of the world can change, then what will that turn me into? That means there's no point in me fighting for equality. I might as well just start the war. But if I can believe that we can, you know, we can get to a point where, you know, people can accept each other better, then we can work towards that. You know what I'm trying to say? And try to create that reality. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And I think a lot of people don't really know the true power of belief, because they think belief is just like, you know, you just believe in anything, and you never actually there's never anything you can connect in this physical world to it. But there's a lot of things you can connect to your belief. Like, you wouldn't achieve nothing if you didn't believe you could do it, because you would have never did it. You'd have been too scared. You would have been doubting yourself. You wouldn't have been believing in yourself. You feel me?
Change gonna come.
Come on.
That's a big tune still.
That's the same concept that they use at NASA, you know?
100. Someone had to believe they could get to Mars before they started building a rocket ship and, you know, putting the things in place to actually do it. But if they didn't believe they could do it, then what would be the point in building the ship? There's no point, if you don't believe that's possible.
And that was years later. Years later.
I'm just going to put this out there, BR. Sorry, brother. Now, the reason why I keep talking over you is I ain't got my earpiece, BR. So when you talk something, I can't hear it. Go on. Sorry.
No, say it, go on.
I'm gonna put it out there, people, man. I don't believe that these people have been to Mars. I don't believe that they've been to these places. Humans, that is, yeah, human. But I do believe in flying saucers. I do believe they got the technology to make them crafts. I do believe that they are hidden away. I do believe that most of them are owned by the government.
Yeah.
People have seen these crafts. I feel that some of them are owned by other entities too, the same entities that gave them the instructions how to build the craft. And yeah, so it's not that I just there's certain things that I do believe in when it comes to that, and there's some things I don't believe in.
And I definitely believe in other entities, 100%. It's like someone was talking about this the other day. I think me and you was even talking about it, sleep paralysis and them things there. And I remember having that.
Big up Latoya, man.
Big up.
Yeah, I remember having that same experience, bless him. I remember having that same experience where they talk about sleep paralysis. But when I had this sleep paralysis, I'm 100% sure that something or some entity was in the room with me.
Have you seen the video? Have you seen the video that Schiffer? Have you seen that video that I'm gonna send it to you after the show? But Latoya put out a video on her channel, and I put it up on my channel. Her situation with sleep paralysis, she was saying the entities were holding her down in bed. So And
what do you guys think of that? I know
mad.
two
That's
people.
what happened to me though. Similar.
yeah, pause.
Say that again.
Pause.
What did you say? What
Pause.
did he say?
I said the
hear
thing
it. I
stream. I
didn't
said
hear
the
what he
thing
said.
held you down, bro.
Yeah, no, some type of entity. I can't listen. I'm not saying it was a person. It wasn't a person. When I say entity, I'm not talking about a person here. So, you know, whatever entity was holding me down was not a person, innit?
Now, let
This
me
was
ask
some
you
type
this.
of, this is something else. Because when I woke up, when I finally snapped out of the paralysis and was able to move, whatever had hold of me was not a physical being. It wasn't, there wasn't
Okay.
a
Let me ask you
physical
this.
element in the room.
What if you wasn't back in your body yet?
What do you mean?
What if you was having
Oh
a
yeah, I know what
body
you mean.
experience?
Yeah,
Oh, what you mean like spirit walk kind of
Yeah,
that
like
kind of
out
thing?
about the
because
experience.
because I had sleep paralysis from a young age, and I found that every time I had sleep paralysis, it was always when I was dozing off.
I'll be
So
honest with
I'll
you, yeah.
basically doze off,
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm stuck, and then my eyes are open. So it's almost like my soul's half trying to leave my body, but it's not left yet. Gone back in there properly for me to be able to move properly.
And I'll be totally honest. When I had this sleep paralysis, yeah, I fell asleep. I was having a dream. And in my dream was it. I thought my dream was reality. I thought I was awake, but I was dreaming. And then in the dream, I remember my sister said something really weird to me in my dream that I just think, no, you're not my sister. My sister would say something like that. Then I woke up. And when I woke up, I'm lying on my bed and my eyes are open. The room's pitch black and I can't move and I can't talk. I couldn't say anything. I couldn't move a muscle. And then somehow I've managed to I don't know. I just kept moving around, like trying to move, trying to force it. And then somehow I flipped myself out of the bed. The whole room, like you just heard things falling down. I've mashed up a cabinet and like mashed myself up into things. And as soon as I've got out of the bed like that and mashed up things, now I can talk. Like, Mom, come. And then my mom's come in the room like my mom's gonna beat me because I was just gone mad mashing up things, like that. But obviously, I've
I've had that
explained to her what's happened in it.
same thing. I've had that same thing when you can't talk. Had it bare
Mm.
times, bro. And I've got different theories for it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's one theory. Another theory is that it is spirits. Another theory that I believe in the shadow spirits. I've seen them. I've seen them. They usually come out, not to scare anyone to that, but they usually come out and when you're sleeping, when you're in your room. Um, I also feel that whole I call it paralyzing as well because it could also be a method that they use to put you in so they can do what they want to do to you. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know what you see? Oh my days, what you just said there now, yeah? Because I had a conversation with my dad about this. And similar to what you just said there is what my dad said. My dad said he thinks that it's when we talk about aliens, he believes these beings have been here for before we were. And we're calling them aliens, some of them, and they technically possibly are. Maybe they are from another planet, but they're here. They've been here from before us, and a lot of them are studying us. So when they talk about people getting kidnapped by UFOs and being probed and prodding them with things and putting things in people.
Mhm.
That's what my dad said to me. He said it's something like that. And he said that he's had the experience and these little things. He could see this little thing guy like walking up his arm and trying to get into his ear. He's covered his ears. And then like the thing he's looked around, the thing's disappeared somewhere into the room and he just can't find it again.
Oh, so your dad knew about it before when you told him then?
Well, he's had his own experiences, and when I told him about my experience, he started telling me some stuff, and it was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And my dad's not
Yeah,
the
That's
type
no,
of
good.
man to just say stuff.
I've
That's
heard a
good. You have
few.
someone to relate to.
No, I've heard a few of his dad's experiences, man, and
Yeah, no, that's good. You have something to
some of
relate
them
to.
experiences there, boy. YouTube would love to hear that, boy. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's
So,
as much they're
Because
getting
the
from
first
me.
time I heard about that sleep paralysis, I thought the person was crazy. When they was telling me about it, I thought, what the hell are you talking about? So then I've gone home and looked at it myself and realized what it actually is.
you
But
know
now
what
I
it
know
is?
a few people. Now I know a few people. 'Cause I'd never heard of that one before.
The sleep paralysis.
Yeah. So I had to look
Yeah.
at it myself. And then as years went on, I found out there's loads of people with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I was asking when you guys first discovered it. Did anyone like think it was crazy? Was it a
I've been,
time and error
no, I've
when
been, you know,
no one didn't know about it?
you know, it's funny that you say that, Bio, because I just realized that I only just realized since you said that when I was getting that sleep paralysis from the age of 9 up, I never told no one.
That's what the lady said. She's
That's
47.
crazy. I never told no one, man. I just dealt with it.
See, that's mad. That's mad because that's like a mental thing you're dealing with as a young child.
Yeah, it was a bit mad sometimes, but I've been having crazy dreams, apocalyptic dreams since I was a kid, man. So it just didn't really fade. I really believe, you know what it was? I was raised as a Christian, so I already believed in spirits and all that. So, yeah.
One thing I will say, the few people I do know that have it are very into that spiritual world of things.
Not necessarily. There's people that have it and not even Christian.
Yeah.
That's a. You know what? You see on that note, yeah, I got a really good question. Do you guys believe that there are prophets in this world today?
I don't feel that there has to be.
Do you think it's possible? Do you think it's possible?
No.
Now I'm gonna tell you this now, yeah. I'm gonna tell you this now, yeah. Now I'm not gonna say anyone's a prophet here. I'm gonna say that there are definitely spiritual people, and a person who is very spiritual, you know, they believe in the Most High, all of them things as well. You know, they pray all the time, non-stop, every day. And this person, I didn't really know them, but this person started telling me things and telling me that, you know what, certain things are going to have a massive impact on my life in a negative way if I don't come away from certain things. Yeah. And everything they said came true.
Mm.
Do you know, like that?
Yeah.
Now, to some extent,
I
now,
believe
that's why
in
I'm
more
asking a
messenger.
question.
Yeah, I
All
believe
right,
in
but
more
is a prophet a
messages.
messenger though? You see it, but
No,
ain't that what a prophet is? A messenger or a teacher? Because
no.
when I looked up the word
Let me
prophet, yeah, like for instance,
let me tell you the difference. Let me tell you the difference, bro. In the Bible, right? So a prophet, and this is a very serious thing that you're bringing up here, and I can really tell you some crazy shit you lot in a bit, right? So a prophet is basically designated by God, like one on one. Like God's told you you're my prophet. A man can't say to you, a man can never ever say I'm a prophet. Do you understand? There was a point in time where people was calling me a prophet, and I told them to stop calling me a prophet. And I'm gonna tell you lot why. If you got a chance, if you got a pen, yeah, anyone that thinks that they're a prophet or think you know some type of prophet on this planet, I want you to write down this scripture, right? Don't ask me why this scripture was marked in my Bible one day with blood from chapter to chapter, but that's another story, right? I'm gonna be honest with you, yeah, this scripture nearly made me stop doing videos and everything. The scripture that I want you lot to look at when you get a chance is Jeremiah chapter 23. And I want you to, so when you get a chance, read that. It's such an important scripture for people that think they're prophets. Yeah, and people that are like me that is giving information to other people. You know what I'm saying? And Shift, when you get a chance, please read this, read the whole chapter. It's so deep when it comes to this. No man should be calling himself a prophet. Jeremiah chapter 23, and read the whole chapter when you get a chance, people. Whether you do, if you ain't got a Bible, you can do it on the phone. There's apps now. You can get Bible on app, and or you can even just type it in on Google and it will come up. But that one day, Shifa, yeah, I woke up and something said to me, "Have a look in your Bible," and my Bible was in position at a chapter which was Jeremiah 23, and it was marked. Reason why I said marked in blood because it was, you know, like when you cut your hand, blood goes brown, dark brown.
Yeah.
Right? Two markings, yeah? One right at the chapter and one right at the end. And I feel personally that that was marked for me to read and not get ahead of myself on the journey that I have to do for God, and to not let me get a big head and think that it's anything more than just a messenger. That scripture is serious. And you know what? You know what, Shifa? There's a lot of men that should read that scripture and it should pipe them down a little bit. I'm not trying to say that I was piped up, but I'm just saying there's a lot of men on the internet that think they're, you see this whole thing of the chosen ones, and all right, cool. If you think you're a chosen one, cool, but don't let that shit get to your head, man.
They think they're an
Don't-
earth god.
Yeah, don't let that shit get to your head like you're Neo from Matrix and all that, man.
Should we read it? Should we read Jeremiah 23?
But I don't mind. If you want to read it, you can read it, but it's deep.
It can't be that long though. How long is it?
It's a few scriptures, but wait, listen, as soon as you start reading this thing, you're going to see for yourself what I meant by this whole, yeah. I need to go to the toilet, people. Get that
I'm
ready.
pulling it up now. I'm pulling it up now. So give me 2 seconds. And obviously, we don't have to wait for you to get back to the toilet, do we? We can just start reading.
Yeah, no, go through.
All right. I'm pulling it up now. So what do we want? Do we want the KJV or just any version of the Bible? Which one would you? What we are?
Okay,
Any preferences?
I don't have a preference, bro. I don't even know this.
go with the
Peniros,
older one.
KJV,
Go with the
NIV.
whatever's the oldest one out of them.
I'll go with the KJV then. I'll go with the KJV. So KJV, Jeremiah 23, King James Version. All right, here we go. I'll try to be as swift with this as I can. If my reading's really rubbish, maybe you can read it. I'm quite quietly confident. All right, it says,
I hope I got the
"Woe
scripture
be."
right.
It says, "Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord."
All right, stop
Therefore,
there. You understand what you just said, yeah?
it says, "Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the
Right,
Lord."
keep going now.
Yeah.
That's the one, yeah.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord God of Israel against the pastors that feed my people: Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doings, saith the Lord, and I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries whither I have driven them, and will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase. And I will set up shepherds over them, which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, saith the Lord. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice on earth. In his days Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely, and this is his name whereby he shall be called, the Lord our righteousness. Therefore, behold, the day come, saith the Lord, that they shall no more say, The Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth, which led the seed out of the house of Israel, out of the north country. That led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, and from all countries whither I had driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land. And they shall dwell in their own land. Mine heart within me is broken because of the prophets. All my bones shake. I am like a drunken man, and like a man whom wine hath overcome, because of the Lord and because of the words of his holiness. For the land is full of adulterers. For because of swearing the land mourneth. The pleasant places of the wilderness are dried up, and their course is evil, and their force is not right. For both prophet and priest are profane. Yea, in my house have I found their wickedness, saith the Lord. Wherefore their way shall be unto them as slippery ways in the darkness. They shall be driven on and fall therein. For I will bring evil upon them, even the year of their visitation, saith even the year of their visitation, saith the Lord. And I have seen folly in the prophets of Samaria. They prophesied in Baal and caused my people Israel to err. And err is spelled E-double-R. I don't know if that's the right pronunciation, but that's what it
You
says.
know what that means, isn't it?
No, what does that mean?
Makes that confusion. So it causes them to be confused because there's so many prophets saying so many different things. Go on, carry on.
Okay. I have seen also in the prophets of Jerusalem an horrible thing. They commit adultery and walk in lies. They strengthen also the hands of evildoers, that none doth return from his wickedness. And they are all of them unto me as Sodom, and the inhabitants thereof as Gomorrah. Therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts concerning the prophets, behold, I will feed them with wormwood, and make them drink the water of gall.
What's wormwood?
Good question.
Planet,
I'll be honest.
Planet Liberu. Continue.
Okay. For from the prophets of Jerusalem is profaneness gone forth into all the land. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, hearken not unto the words of the prophets that prophesy unto you. They make you vain. They speak a vision of their own heart, and not out of the mouth of the Lord. They say still unto them that despise me, the Lord hath said, ye shall have peace. And they say unto everyone that walketh after the imagination of his own heart, no evil shall come upon you. Now do you know what? Before I continue, I want to hear your explanation of that sentence, because I know what I've just taken from it. That's really deep.
Well, the last sentence you just said.
I'll read it
Hey,
again.
what's
It
that
says,
clicking noise? What's that clicking noise?
yeah, be
Nah,
out,
it's me.
mute.
I beg you,
Yeah,
mute
Yeah,
your
I'm
mic if you're not talking, bro.
yeah,
yeah.
one sec. Walking the dog.
What you saying?
It says, they say still unto them that despise me, the Lord hath said, ye shall have peace. And they say unto everyone that walketh after the imagination of his own heart, no evil shall come upon you. So what is that really saying there?
That's a deep scripture right there. The first part, I understand it.
Because obviously, you know, when he's saying those who despise me, they say that the Lord hath said, ye shall have peace. But if you despise the Lord, why is he going to give you peace?
Right.
No.
Right.
I kind of get that bit. But then it says, and they say unto everyone that walketh after the imagination of his own heart, no evil shall come upon you. Now, what does it mean by the imagination of his own heart? Are you talking about that false making up your own idols? I don't know. Talk to me.
Yeah, stuff like that, bro. Making up your own knowledge, bro.
Okay.
You're saying things for the sake of saying it, not having proper proof and have condition of what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? That scripture is a deep scripture. It talks about fake prophets, people that calling themselves prophets and stuff like that, bro. You know what I mean? You gotta have a direct channeling with God before you can call yourself a prophet, bro.
Well, I'll be honest with you. That's why I stopped there, because I thought maybe that was the point where you kind of realize that, you know, like some people are calling themselves prophets, but it's more the imagination of their own heart than it is actually coming from the Most High, and they've actually been designated. So, you know, from that part there, I think that should we continue the scripture, or is that enough? What do you think?
Yeah, I just want to say though that scripture was showed to me in my Bible in my bedroom, marked out. When people was calling me prophet, and I was allowing them to call me prophet until I read that scripture. And I don't like anyone calling me prophet anymore. I'd rather be called a teacher or something like that.
Because I'll read the bit after it, because I have read it already, and like I think it is relevant. It says, "For who have stood in the counsel of the Lord and have perceived and heard his word? Who have marked his word and heard it?" And I think that kind of makes it.
That's what I meant.
More, it definitely makes that part even more sound like it's, saying that some of these people are calling themselves prophets. They're imagining it. It's not actually real.
Yeah. Like, you can't just call yourself a prophet because you got some knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Like, if people have to understand, man, this is the spiritual world we live in, man. You will know certain things, man. Like, look when Noah built the ark and them things, bro. Like, that was direct. That was direct. When Moses went to go and get the 10 Commandments, that was direct, bro. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it also talks about the guys that that are claiming to be prophets that are fornicating and doing all this other stuff as well. So is that basically what God's saying in that scripture? Is like, I can see you, I can see you. I can see you guys that are claiming to be prophets, and you're doing this and doing that. I never claimed to be a prophet. People called me a prophet before, but I never claimed to be. Thank God.
And I think you're right in the sense of when we're dealing with the prophets, biblically, where the prophets are dealing with the unknown to the people of their time. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So if you're dealing with things that are known to us, then, to an extent, for instance, if I don't want to upset anyone, but if I go to the Muslim side of things now, they're going to say Muhammad was a teacher. That's what makes him a prophet. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, did the message did he hear the words of the Lord? Is it consistent with the scripture? And I think that's a good question. But there's no Muslims here, so maybe for another day. Maybe for another day.
Yeah, I hear you, man. So, it's yeah, man. Well, yeah, man, if you want to close the show, then we can close the show if you want.
Yeah, I think that's a good point to close on still, because we can pick that up on the next one still. And that's definitely something I'm going to be, I'm going to have to do a bit of research now. And
when you get a chance, read that scripture again, bro. Like, read it in a different translation as well. Like.
Yeah, and the full thing as well. I think I'm going to have to go Septuagint with it as well. I'm going to go Septuagint on it as well. And, just double check everything over, make sure there's no slight alterations or anything that seems like contrasted. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah, man. So yeah, man, big up everyone that landed today. Keisha, big up James, Lind, R-Tube, Ambition Radio, Youngs Osman, big up yourself, Sidion Williams, big up Jedi for passing through, big up James. Yeah, man. Hey, big up BR Reality. Big up OSG TV. You know what I mean?
Come on now, respect.
Hey, when you do your next show,
BR? It has to be in a few days, I'm actually gonna do one.
What I'm gonna do
to talk about.
BR, if I'm not invited to the next show, next time I see you or hear from you, I'm gonna say why.
Yeah, no, I remember sending man the link, bro. The link, but flipping.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna do, BR, when your show's on, if I put it in my community section, in it, people can catch it, in it. So that's what we'll do.
Yeah, definitely.
I keep forgetting to use the community. People them in the chat that are there, or people that are gonna rewatch the show. I'm gonna start putting some odd videos in the community page. I'm gonna start utilizing. So it might even be videos that I'm not even putting up. You know what I'm saying? But something I might want you to watch. So when we do the show, you know what I'm trying to say? When we do the show, we can all have a look at them things before and then we can all, get involved. And then you might even make you want to get on the panel. You know what I'm trying to say? So
who's Ambition Radio?
I'm not even sure. But respect though, long time no
Okay,
see.
no. That's what I was thinking. I must know Ambition Radio. But it said long time no see. I think that is who's Ambition Radio?
Well,
Is that?
brother,
I
it
think
could
that's
be that,
one of
brother, it could
Gravy's
be that,
people.
or it could be a thing of where you haven't been about for a hot minute, bro.
Yeah, I think it's someone that it rings a bell though. That's what it is. It's ringing a bell to me. So whoever Ambition Radio is, I'm assuming you probably know one of the people. Them like, give us an advertisement on the radio, man. Big us up on the radio, man.
He
Big
said,
up
he said,
Peniros,
you
man.
know me, Schiffer.
Okay, yeah. I say nothing. I think I know
DJ.
who it is still. Yeah, I think I know who it is still. House DJ. I'm not gonna pull out no names out of the bag because I know who it is, but I'm not gonna advertise
He
names.
said
But
DJ special edition.
Special Ed, I knew it was Special Ed, you know. I say nothing. So Ed, if you can give us a shout out on the station as well, that'd be appreciated, brother. And it's good to have you over here. And hopefully, you know, next time we can get you to join in. 'Cause I know you're a brother that's got a lot of knowledge as well, and the people you're around, I know they got knowledge too. See it. So hopefully we can get some of you guys up here. 'Cause I know you're sensible. But yeah, big up, blessings to everyone, man. Peace and love and all of the good stuff.
Peace and love, man. Big up, BR.
Yeah, 100, bro. 100. Big up everyone. Don't know for tuning in.